And good evening, good evening, good evening on a good Wednesday. It's a good Wednesday. Really wasn't planning on doing my show today. I ain't gonna lie, guys. Wasn't gonna plan on doing nothing today, but I don't know. I said, look, I ain't really got nothing going on. Really got nothing happening today. I'm free, getting ready for the weekend, getting ready for my son's first basketball game is tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Um, didn't have really nothing going on, right? So I said, well, look, I'm free. I ain't got nothing going today. I might as well just chill and relax and take in one of these NBA games. But I said before I even do that, let me get on my show. And the reason why I wanted to do my show today, man, because I thought yesterday was a good day. Right on, Brother Rollins. Good evening to you. Hopefully all is well with you. Yesterday was a good show. It was a good show. I got a lot of great feedback, man. And I just want to let you guys know I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. My son enjoyed it. He had a good time. He was engaged. He had fun with it, answering the questions, interacting with the chat. So it was great. It was a great show, and I'm glad I was able to do it with him. It was very encouraging. Just wanted to do that for you guys. I know a lot of people. I've never seen anybody have their kids up on the show or do a show with their kids. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm sure it does. But in the sector that I've been seeing and have been around, I haven't seen that. I haven't. So what's going on, brother Bennett? How you doing, brother? Uh, I just the best way you can show somebody what you do is showing the receipts, right? You're always about showing your receipts, showing your work. Well, what I had yesterday was part of my work. That was part of my work. He's my walking, living, active receipt that I'm still pouring in, that I'm still coaching up, that I'm still teaching, that I'm still showing and training him. He's getting there. It's, it's been a long 18 years, guys. So please believe, it's not easy being a parent. It's really not. It's one of the hardest jobs you can do. Being a black man is a tough job because we don't always get all the credit we deserve or need, right? As men, as black fathers, we don't always get the credit. We don't always get the admiration or the praise. We don't. But you know what we do? We do what we have to do. That's what we do. We do what we have to. Hey guys, as y'all come in, please hit the like button for me. I appreciate that. Please like and subscribe and share if you feel like this is a message that somebody could benefit from, or somebody could have some type of gratitude or appreciation for of what I'm about to share and say. Uh, but being a parent is a tough job. It's not easy. Now I know they say girls are a lot easier to deal with than boys, or some people say boys are easier to deal with girls. If you're a single parent, it could be the opposite sex could be a little bit harder for you. If you're a single person and someone not married, someone not in a relationship where they're together, it probably could be the opposite sex. Like a woman for raising a son could probably be harder, just like a father raising daughters. I'm sure it could be harder. It can. Um, but the thing about being a father, you don't always get your flowers. It's just not something just not given. They as a father, as a man, you won't be appreciative until you passed on, right? And then all of a sudden you're getting all flowers from everywhere, right? We know that's usually how to go. Now mothers, they're gonna not only get their flowers at the end, but they're gonna get it in the beginning, in the middle as well. You go out to the restaurants on Mother's Day, man, you have to wait an hour to get into one of these good sit down restaurants. You go out for Father's Day, you'll get right in. No wait at all. Matter of fact, we begging and paying people to come in here. Just saying. Just saying. Um, so Right now, I want to take the time out to say this. Shout out to every father out there who's doing right, who's taking care of their business, who's raising their kids, who's looking after these kids, who's educating these kids, who's teaching these kids, who's spending quality, and I mean quality time with these kids. Shout out to every man who's doing right by their sons and their daughters. Shout out to every man who's on his purpose and pouring into their kids. Shout out to them. Because it's not easy. There's going to be some times where you and the mother may not agree on how you discipline your child. There's going to be some times where y'all may not agree on how to handle certain situations, like maybe discipline situations, or maybe how we should treat him doing his chores, or what chores he should do or not do. There's going to be some conflicts like that, so, and especially if you come into a situation where you're a blended family. Brother Truth, what's happening, baby? Hopefully all is well with you. Those are all situations that it could be challenging for as far as a man. Now, I'm just saying, man, but imagine for a black man, that's twice as hard. Because, black men, we looked at it a little bit differently. We looked at people who doesn't take care of the supposedly don't take care of the kids, are there for the kids, are provide for the kids, or do all these things for kids. And I don't believe that to be the case. Me and my brother both have sons. He don't have, he only has one child. I have two. And we both take care of our kids. And the reasons why we want to be such great fathers, such relevant fathers, such involved fathers, because we both had a father who wasn't there. Me and his father, me and my brother got the same father. Some of y'all, it's unusual, but that's not the case. My mother and father was married, and they got divorced when I was 10 years old. So we do have the same father. Unfortunately, me and my brother suffer the same fate. Our father wasn't always in our life like he probably should have been or could have been. Brother, he said, what's going on, guys? I'm going to definitely drop the link. Like I said, I'm not going to go long today, man, but I just wanted to share my appreciation for you guys who came over yesterday and rocked out with me, man. You came over yesterday, you rocked out with me, man. My son loved it. He greatly appreciates you guys coming over with the questions, with the involvement, with the super chats. Thank you guys. He's over rubbing his hand, looking at how much money gonna be. I'm like, boy, calm down. I said, I gotta, break it down to him. I always talk to my son as far as finances and all that, about money. That's how I teach a lot of the lessons about finance, about money, how to dealing with money, like losses and gains and all of that. Like when he gets in trouble, I say, man, that's a loss. That's a gain when you do something well. And that's how I always taught him. But now he's taking his financial accounting classes. He took a couple accounting classes, 11 and the 11th and 12th grade of high school. What he's hearing is nothing new to him, because I already been talking to him about that. Just want to make sure my son financially aware. He's financially liable. Financially reliable, financially literate. He knows what's going on. He knows how to save money. He knows what it is for as far as intake and outtake. He knows how to balance a checkbook. Now, I know his era, they won't be writing checks, right? But he still has the knowledge. He knows how to do it if that was the case. He knows how to balance the books. These things are very important, and he needs to know and learn. So I want to make sure my son knows it, and I told him that. I did my daughter the same way. Now, some of the things she's putting into practice that I told her, Some things she's not, and she got to learn the hard way. Daddy's not gonna bail you out no more. You got a whole family. You got you married with child. You got a whole family. Y'all gotta work this out. Y'all gotta figure that out. You know, I taught you the basics. So you guess what? You can teach your husband the basics if he doesn't know it. And share that knowledge with him. And guess what? Share it with my granddaughter. Because please believe me, I'm going to pour into my granddaughter as well to make sure she was taught right, or to reinforce what my daughter already taught her, because I taught my daughter. That is a must. That is a must, a big must. So make sure you involve yourself with your kids. I was on another channel and they was talking about some situation where a man got in trouble and was doing a lot of crime, but then he took his life or something. And I think it was something happened in Nashville. Said the guy was 38. Said the father cut him off when he was early teens. Was estranged. Let me not say cut him off. He was estranged. Shout out to my brother Smitty, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for the kind words that I seen in my comments. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by, man. Hopefully y'all brothers and sisters hit the like button. I thank you. But with that being said, man, I just, never take life for granted. Right? You should never take life for granted. Life's too short. It really is. Tomorrow's not promised. It's not. Any day that good Lord could take you away. What legacy did you leave your children? What knowledge did you leave your children? How did you provide for your kids other than just financially? Did you make sure they was emotionally secure, mentally secure, and hopefully physically secure? Hopefully you poured into your kids that they have the tools. They can make it. And not only they can make it, they can pass on what knowledge that they obtained from me, and pass it on to their kids and their grandkids. Because that's very important. There's no need of me passing on and taking the knowledge with me. We should be looking to spread the knowledge, give, share it with others. I remember one day I went to the rec store, me and my lady. And I invited a daughter. I said, man, bring your daughter with you, let her go with us. Not only that, but it gives the opportunity just to build a rapport and a relationship with her. And so she could just see, learn and because me and her got similar interests. So why not allow her to go record shopping with us? Now, of course, she also, I think that day she went to the Funko Pop store with us, and she ended up getting a few things. And she started to take that in. She liked it. She enjoyed it. And I appreciate it. And I respect her. She's a nice young lady. Really nice. Well, all the kids are nice. I ain't gonna just say her. All the kids are nice. They respectful. And I can rock with that. I can rock with that. If you dating a woman, you in a relationship with a woman who has kids, and they're respectful, and they are nice and cordial. But most important, they're respectful. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Most important, they're respectful. That's very important. And so I want to make sure that I try to build a rapport and a relationship with this child, because I have a relationship with a mother. I can't just love a mother and not have love for her. How selfish would that be? Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So I gotta make sure I show her love just like I would show her mother love. But what better way to do it by involving myself with her, engaging with her, talking to her, sharing with her, teaching her. So I got probably some of the nicest compliment I could, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal what I did. It was just Hank being Hank. So we went to the record store, a little convention they had down here in Louisville. And I was talking to the guy, and I already, I think, bought like 2 albums from him already. So I already spent $40, right? So that's, that's a lot. 8 albums are running about $5 to $8. So I got like 5 albums from him. And so her daughter was looking at these albums. I was looking up, you want them? You gonna get them? She said she want them. And then she said, how much would? So the guy wanted like $25. I said, okay, no problem. I said, man, look here, dog. I just spent $40 with you. I said, why don't you let her have this thing for 25? I mean for 20, because it was 25. Now, $5 is not much, but it was the principle. My man, I just spent $40-something an album. I just took 5 albums off your hand. The more likely probably nobody was going to get. But I did you a solid. I got 5 out of your inventory. I'm helping you out. You making money. I'm getting what I want. Cool. Spur the girl $5. What's $5? $5 ain't going to hurt you. Ain't going to make or break you. You look, I'm sure you'll make that $5 off someone else. So what did I do? I negotiated with the man, bargained with the man. Her daughter thought that was the coolest thing going. Thought that was cool. She shared it with her sisters. I'm like, man, it's no big deal. It's not that big a deal. But she thought it was. Now, again, like I said, I didn't think it was that big a deal, but she thought it was. And that's important. That's very important. So she was able to see that stuff and experience that stuff. Somebody cared enough to even do that. Now, I found out later, I mean, the daughter didn't tell me that, but my lady told me, it was real nice of me to do that. No big deal. No big deal at all. I just thought it was just me being a nice person, being the man that I am, and just, showing love, respect to you as a mother that I'm dating, that, I'm going to show her child love. No problem. Right on. Yep, no applause needed to take care of ours. That's it. Man, truth, that's but brother, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Stuff like that. So I'll give you another scenario. So y'all see these bookshelves behind me, right? So my whole wall is full of them. Whole wall full of them, right? And that's why I keep some action figures and my Funko Pops on. So I had an extra one that I ordered from Walmart. So didn't really need. I was gonna put it up, but I really didn't need it. It was like damn near overkill. So I never put it up, never did anything with it. I just never put it up. It's still in the box. So my lady was talking about, getting her like a small bookshelf to put her record player on as far as her extra records. I said, yeah, that would be a good idea. Something like what I got in my office. And so, I was pointing to the one that's right behind me, the black one's right behind me. It has my record and my album of the week, which is Running Scared, and my Deadpool action figure up there. And so I was going to just say, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. But then I'm thinking, hold on. Ain't no need to go and buy one. I got one already. You ain't got to worry about it. I got one. You good. She talking about, well, I'll pay you for it. I said, pay me for what? I'm good. So I pay for it. What you going to pay me for? I said, look, when I come out there, I'll bring it out there and we'll put it up. So no problem. So what I do, took that thing. That thing's heavy as hell, because I got it downstairs. It was downstairs. So now, because I already had a hard time packing. Well, it was heavy as hell packing. I had, like I said, I bought 2 of them when I bought them. And so I ended up putting one up and then just one of them I didn't use. So I had to carry that thing all the way back upstairs, put it in the back of my truck and carry it out there. and then carried up some steps to her apartment and go from there. But I was willing on doing that. Why? Because I love and appreciate her mother, and I love the young lady because she's a nice young lady. No problem. Exactly what I did. Got my tools, had a screwdriver, and my well, no, I had just had a straight screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver. That's all I had. That's all I needed because it comes with a little Allen wrench to put on everything else. So everything I needed was there. So me and her and her daughter, I sit down putting it together. So now what I'm teaching her now, how to read instructions on how to put stuff together. So as I put them together on one side, I'm having her do the other side. So now these are life lessons learned. You put this together. In the meantime, we're talking. We're having dialogue. We're having conversations. She's learning more about me. I'm learning more about her. Why? Because I'm interested. Why am I interested? Because that's going to make a better relationship for me and a mother. What more than a woman needs to see her man engaging with her kids and showing some type of interest in her kids? That's the way to a woman's heart. When you're dealing with a woman who has kids, and now you're engaging with them kids, you're involved with them kids, you're learning them kids, you're talking to them kids, you're showing interest in what the kids are showing interest. Fellas, that's gonna melt her heart. That's gonna melt her heart. She's like, oh my gosh, such a great guy. He's involved with my kids. He's interested in what my kids do. So now what? Me and her kids have a conversation. Her kids she likes sports. She loves football and basketball. So what do? We talk about sports. Now, of course, she gives me shit because my Bears are trash right now. So she gives me a hard time. She's a Dallas fan. She comes up in Dallas. That's where she was raised most of her life. So why? She's a Dallas fan. I told her Dallas sucks ass. And she gives me shit about my team. I give a shit about her team. But it's all good. But she also likes basketball. She plays basketball in high school. So guess what she did? When I asked her how she was, and she been training, getting herself in shape, and doing little things. And she said, yes, she has. I picked up from school for a couple times. From practice. I engage with them. Ask them how was school involved, and how was practice and all that. Well, good. And then she told me she had tryouts last Monday. And I said, well, good luck in trial. So they had like a 2-day trial, but she's already been involving herself with the team and practicing and being involved. And then you got people who put this bull crap out right here. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Why would somebody put this shit out, man? Why would they make a statement like this? Huh? Who in a right mind will make a statement like this? The Saints win the Super Bowl 2024. Well, look, we know one thing. That's not going to happen, right? But we're not going to get off of the deep off of the sports. What's going on, world class, brother? How you doing today? Said, don't let go of that collection. I made a mistake 20 years ago, and I regret it to this day. Right on. No, he's not right, black man. He's totally wrong. Totally wrong. But nonetheless, I make sure I involve myself with her and try to give her words of wisdom all the time. And she's a good kid. She's a good kid. And so like that Wednesday or that Tuesday, she came home. She sent me a text message talking about she made the team. And what I said, congratulations. Congratulations. I know you worked hard for this, and I'm happy for you. Looking forward, to your basketball games, letting it go in there to support you and cheer you on. Looking forward to that. So she said thank you and appreciate that. But that's just grown man stuff that grown men do, right? Real men do those type of things and don't have a problem with it. Look, I know some guys out here say, "Oh, I won't do no woman." Okay, I can respect that. If you a man don't have kids, okay, I wouldn't make that investment because it's not easy. It's tough. It's a challenge, but it's worth. It's worth it. Again, more of this propaganda. Shout out to Brother Black Man for coming by, putting this bullshit ass propaganda out. Saying Super Bowl 24 and 25. Well, we don't have to worry about neither one of them years because more likely they probably gonna be the first round pick of both of those years, and so they won't be going to no goddamn Super Bowl because Drew Brees is not walking through that door. But nonetheless, again, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe, do everything I need for you guys to do. I appreciate you, right? Miss Trinidad said, "Hey, Eagles, we are going to the Super Bowl." Look at these people. Everybody going to the goddamn Super Bowl, ain't they? Everybody going to the Super Bowl. I know that's right. Again, right on 6-1. Hey, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. What's the Birds? You forgot. Well, you're going to keep on forgetting. I'm not going to tell you. You look it up. Trying to be funny and shit. I love you, Black Man, but you ain't shit. Nonetheless, I understand when people say that. I understand when people have them they're hesitant, right? I understand all of that. Look, being a father is a hard job. First things first, but imagine being a stepfather. Trinidad, I dropped the link and it should be pinned to the top of the chat. If it ain't, I will drop it again. I apologize if it's not. Let me do that real fast. So I did drop the link again. If anybody does want to come up, you're always welcome to come up, bud. Buddy, you're always welcome to come up, Brother Black Man. You know you always welcome here. J Hub, I ain't seen you, heard from you in a while, brother. It's good to know you still amongst the land of the living. Right on to you, brother. Right on to you. Right on to you. Oh, look at my man in the back. John the Baptist, man, what's up, my fellow Bears fan? Man, brother, I appreciate you coming by. And once again, thank you for the donations yesterday, and thank you for the donations today. Brother, you didn't have to do that. But you chose in your heart to do such a thing. And I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, sir. As far as the Bears, well, we got a lot of work ahead of us, brother. We got a lot of work, right? We'll get there. We'll be good, though. Brother Grant, what's going on, big brother?
Yeah, what we talking about tonight? What we talking about?
Man, look, Grant, I wasn't planning on doing the show, brother. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't planning on doing the show. But I was so taken back by the people who come by to visit the basement yesterday. It really filled my heart with a lot of joy and happiness. And I thank everybody that came by. So, brother, you were one of the ones I want to send a special thanks out to. Thank you for the Cash App, brother. You didn't have to do it, Granville. You could have spent your money anywhere, right?
Oh, come on, man. You know I had to pull up. I saw the stream. I was like, let me go over here. Let me see what he's talking about. And I know your son was going to college, so you know what I'm saying? Little funds for his little pockets, you know what I'm saying? Give him a little something nice.
I greatly appreciate that, my brother. I promise you I do. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And thanks for stopping by, brother. You know my door's always open to you. Always. Yeah. But what I'm talking about, just being a father, man. And the challenges as well as the ups and the downs of being a father. And you know how they do. They want you to show the receipts, you know what I'm saying, of your works and all that. What better way to show your receipt than actually hear from the person that you are pouring into the most?
Right.
And that's my son.
Well, I can't really I can't really talk about this topic. I ain't got no chance. I mean,
you good.
You know what I'm saying? I can't get no information on this yet.
Grant, your time gonna come. It's just not right now, right?
That time is never gonna come, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna leave that alone then. But man, I just really had to want to show my appreciation for everybody who came over here, He had some great questions for me, for my son, and he enjoyed the stream last night. He enjoyed himself. He talked about it on the way home when I dropped him back off to his dorm. He loved it.
That's good.
So I appreciate everybody that came through with the questions and the super chat donations and all that good stuff, man. It was good stuff. So I just want to say thank you guys to every last one of you. But just was pretty much going to talk a little bit about Parenthood and react to a couple clips that I had. That's it. That's all was really popping off today, Granby. Not a lot of high flying action like that, but just having a good conversation.
But you know me, I know how to act in certain places. I know you don't allow me over here to do my thinking, but let's see what we got.
Of the civilized Granville, right?
More of the civilized. If y'all didn't know, though, Hank ain't always civilized. You gotta catch him on some of the other screens.
Yeah, well,
on some of the other streams, he be a little.
The other streams brings the fuckery out of it.
He be showing his Section 8 and food stamp side.
And I know how to get down with the best of them with the fuckery.
Well, Mr. Hank, I just came up. Mr. Hank,
yes,
I just came up. Hey, how you doing? How you guys doing? Hi, everybody. I'm a sports person. I'm an Eagles, football person. But I was no, we the greatest. But
trash.
No, we not. Anywho, what I was saying is, I was so upset that we lost to the Jets because Mr. Hank, you can and Mr. Granville, you can help me. Oh, Mr. John the Baptist, you guys are men. Y'all know sports. Like me being a female, I know sports, but I don't know it like that. But I feel as though, Mr. Hank, you the professional, so I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm asking all the men on the panel this question. I feel as though that my quarterback Hurts, Jalen Hurts, I feel as though he's like a ball hogger. Like he wanted like a one team guy. Whereas though he wanna take the credit and everything. Cause how we lose to the Jets? How did we lose to the Jets?
Cause y'all got outplayed.
We threw 3 interceptions. Like I'm not a man sports person. My daddy and my grandma, we do football and boxing. That's what we do in the family. And I'm like, why is he throwing? He threw 3 interceptions to the Jets. The Jets, when they was 2-3, we was 5-0.
I got you.
And we lost to the Jets.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Okay.
Let me help you out.
Please.
Are you ready to listen? Are you ready to listen?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So the reason why they lost to the Jets got a good defense. Jets got a top 10 defense. So don't sleep on. Unfortunately, you got to listen now, PG.
They the brothers.
You got me.
They the brothers.
Okay.
I'm asking, aren't they the brothers with the dreads? The brothers, right?
What brothers you talking about?
The Jets.
No,
they brothers on the same team.
No, they do. They got one that plays defensive tackle, other one plays linebacker. But
hear
me out. They got a good team. That's why they went out and tried to sign Aaron Rodgers as free agent, because the only thing they feel like they were short was at the quarterback position. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers got hurt in the first game of the season, so it kind of put a damper on the season. So more than likely they can make the playoffs. They're good enough to make the playoffs, but they probably won't go out of the first round. So there'll be a one and done, unfortunately for them. But they do have
Eagles.
I'm talking about the Jets now. Hear me out. I got you. They do got some good wide receivers. They got a viable tailback. So don't feel too bad about losing to the Jets. Now they had a bad day. Philadelphia. I hope you weren't thinking Philadelphia was gonna go undefeated. Them days of a team going undefeated is way
undefeated. Don't do me to say we are undefeated. We just won our last game. We just won. So what we 7-1?
No,
we're 7-1.
No, you're 6-1.
Oh, my bad. See, I don't know all the logistics. Okay.
So you're learning. You're learning today.
But right. But I feel because I just know touchdowns and goal fields. I don't know. What y'all do.
You talking about field
I
goals?
don't know. Yeah, all that which y'all know. He did a 10-yard and all. I don't know all that. I don't know.
Trinidad. You got to do more listening than that's how you learn, by listening more than talking. So you're talking about field goals, right? That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Right. We used the field goal
You have
too.
extra points. You got field goals, you have extra points, and then you got touchdowns. Okay.
Right.
Or you can also have a 2-point conversion if you choose to.
See, I don't know that. I don't know all that. I know, I get what you're saying. But what I wanted to say to you is, why is Jake? Because this is my opinion on the Eagles. We don't have a good quarterback. It's my opinion. I could be wrong. Philly might be mad at me. But Jalen Hurts, he's a ball hogger. He ball hog.
Let me help you out. But before I help you out, I gotta recognize my brother, Mr. Bennett, with the Cash App. Glad you had a great show. Hopefully, it was encouraging others to bring the kids.
Oh, that's nice.
Real in their ages. I know that's right. Thank you for sharing your life. Not easy to be vulnerable in these spaces. Salute. Brother Bennett, you are definitely correct.
You awesome. You already know that. You awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Trinidad. Give me a second, okay?
Yes,
sir. It is kind of hard to do those things. But I know if, somebody want to see if you're legit or what you say or what you do is legit, you need the receipts. So I brought my son. Now, I heard people go, "Oh, I can see your kid with your kid and all that." Okay, I'll show you. This is him. And you're more than welcome to ask the questions. I didn't have a problem. As long as your questions was respectful and not disrespectful, I have no problem with y'all asking my son questions. I looked at him. I said, "Are you okay to answer this?" He said he's cool. I said, "Let's rock out." No problem. But Brother John the Baptist, how you doing today?
What's going on with you, brother?
Hey, Mr. John, how you
doing? What's going on, Trinidad?
I'm trying to figure out why she's so disrespectful to her quarterback now. Look, let me tell you this. Jalen Hurts is top 10 quarterback.
He's a ball hogger. He threw 3 interceptions. I thought it was on purpose.
Stop, Trinidad. Stop.
Look, I'll be quiet.
The guy went to the Super Bowl last year. In his 3rd year, he went to the Super Bowl. He's a good quarterback. He's a great leader and should have won the MVP if he never got hurt. I thought he was better than Patrick Mahomes last year. He had a bad season. Trinidad, calm down. Come down. Come on. We can do it.
I know.
I believe in you.
I get passionate. Sorry.
I know, I see, but I need for you to get unpassionate and stay with me, okay? So
yes,
I think your quarterback's good. I think you're sleeping on him just because he had a bad game. He's a great leader. I would love for the Bears to have him. I want him when he came out in the draft a couple years ago, but unfortunately we didn't get to draft him. I don't know why, because we made that mistake. I thought that would have been a great pickup for us, but he's with a great organization like Philly. So shout out to him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's sleeping on Trinidad. Go ahead, John.
The Bears, we never really do well on drafting quarterbacks. We never have done well with drafting quarterbacks.
That's true.
We don't do. A matter of fact, outside of running backs and hold on, Trinidad. Outside of running backs and linebackers. Outside of running backs and linebackers, that's our specialty. Outside of that, we're not that great at drafting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. John. I'm glad you said that. He's not good at passing the ball. He want to do everything on his own.
Trinidad.
However,
when we talking about something else.
Give her a second. Let her have her moment. Go ahead, Trinidad.
Real quick, when we made it to the Super Bowl, it was called the Philly Special, and that was from our quarterback. His name was Nick, and he transferred to another team. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I know football. I do know a little something. It was a Philly Special. And we did a Hail Mary as well. We did a But the quarterback we have, I mean, I guess he's a team player, but he hogs the ball. He want to make every touchdown. Like, let's be clear. I know he's the quarterback, but he keep throwing interceptions. You don't know how that hurts. And then you got Smith, number 11. See, my favorite player is Cox. He's the captain of the defense. So he's my favorite player. Now I'm
Glad you
not a
love Cox.
man, like I said, I don't know the logistics, but I know the quarterback Hurts. He hogs the ball and he want to make the touchdown. He cannot do everything. Like just toss the ball to your teammate.
So
Like we are team.
I got you. Let me give you what Trinidad, let me help you out with your quarterback stats right now. Let me read them off to you. So right now, he has 9 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That's not good, right? That's not good, right? He has
that is not good. Interceptions.
Okay, you're right. He has.
He did 3 with the Jets.
I got you. He's got 1,821 yards.
That's good. Is that good?
Yeah. Well, see,
is that good? I think that's
good. Yeah, but see, that's passing touchdowns. Let's see what his rushing touchdowns look like. So now he has.
And go hard.
Okay, Trinidad, I need you to listen. Okay.
I know. I'm getting excited. I'm sorry. Okay. I get excited. Go hard. Yeah, all my people.
Okay.
Right.
So he has 74 rushing attempts and 274 yards and 6 touchdowns. So now you got to add 9 plus 6. That's 15 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. That's good.
That's almost 2 to 1.
That's good stats, Trinidad. That's good stats. In case you didn't know that,
I'm not saying he a bad guy. I'm just saying he a ball hogger. He hogs the ball. That's all I'm saying. This ain't the first.
If you said he was Lamar Jackson, like Jay Hub's quarterback, I could agree with you. This is not that guy. He's not
too far off. He ain't too far off. He ain't too far off. I was watching the game the other day. He like to run the ball every now and then, like Lamar.
Thank you.
like with Lamar. The same thing like with Lamar. If that first read ain't there, and you know what I'm saying, he start getting a little bit of pressure, he'll take off and start running. You know what I'm saying? And at quarterback, NFL quarterback, it can get hard to watch. Like I said, Lamar, they've been doing good the last couple of weeks, but you know, when it's the playoffs, is it gonna last? That's the problem. But I'll take Jalen Hurts. I'll trade him straight up for Lamar right now.
There's 30 other teams that would. That's 30 other teams that would. That means that's every team damn near in the NFL. They would.
No, he a good quarterback. Every quarterback got flaws, you know. So
I mean, look here, man. The man's not perfect. He's far from it. But his team is 6-1 currently right now. He has the best record in the NFL.
And I wonder, y'all talking about. I didn't really watch Philly play that much this year because I don't really care for Philly like that. I want Jay to do well, but I wonder though how many of those 8 interceptions are because somebody stepped on the wrong route. Because if you saying he won't throw the ball, then it might be a reason why he's not throwing the ball. Can he trust his receivers to throw the ball to him when he's throwing the ball to him? I don't know. I ain't been watching him play this year.
I watched. There was one highlight they highlighted big time where the tight end, the ball bounced off him, then it hit his knee and bounced up in the air, and a DB called it for interception. You can't account for that. You can't account for that. Now, if the guy had to sit there and caught the ball with his hands instead of try to catch it with his chest, like your receiving coach teaches you to do, is catch it with your hands and not with your body, it wouldn't have been an interception. So now you're looking at one less interception. Now, that's one play that I can remember right offhand. I don't remember the other 7, but that's one that I do recall because they showed it on SportsCenter. But wasn't really planning on talking about sports, but I have to thank Trinidad for taking us there, right? Right on. But
I got one better, Mr. Hank. I got one better for you too. Not to change the subject, you guys. I know this is a man channel. I know it's sports.
Too late now. Too late.
Listen, let me tell you. No, this sports. I'm speaking sports. Hold on.
Trinidad.
So listen,
Trinidad, let me help you out.
The conversation. Hold on, the Phillies.
Hold on. The conversation wasn't about sports, Trinidad. Listen to me. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. What?
Go ahead.
The Phillies. I thought we just started. The Phillies, because we got a new field and everything, right? I thought we just started, but we're going to the World Series. All the cops in Philly, they wearing the Phillies jerseys and sportsmanship stuff. So we're going to the World Series. So we going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. Y'all better get y'all cheesesteaks. But no, I love sports. I grew up, so I'm sorry.
I appreciate you.
Yes,
thank you for coming. And we're gonna catch up with you.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Trinidad, come on.
I'll
Monday.
Be here when we win.
Talk about sports. You gonna be on here on Monday?
Yes, I'll be here when we win on Sunday.
Okay, well, you come back, okay?
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
All right. Have a good night. Okay, thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, she gotta love him, don't you? Gotta love him.
Yeah.
She's loyal to the cause. Thank you, Trinidad. Thank you for coming up here and hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate your presence. It's always needed when we have these rough days like this. All right. Let's get back to it, man. Good God Almighty. Lord help me. Oh man, I don't know what to say after that, man. I mean, I don't know what direction to go, John the Baptist. I mean, what are you supposed to
do? I would say this: you had a great show yesterday, man. It was good seeing you and your boy up there have a good conversation, man. That was good. It was good to see that, man. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to dip away because I was trying to watch the Laker game, so I couldn't stay the whole time.
Hey, I understand. Look, I hold no grudges. I promise I hold no grudges.
I probably should have stayed because we lost, but anyway, though.
But I always watch y'all lose. That was a piece. That's bullshit, eh?
But it was good. It was good seeing you and son up there talk, man. Sound like a good young man. Sound like he's intelligent. Like he's got his head on right. Despite who his dad is, he's a good man.
God damn. Somehow, some way, he turned out way better than I ever imagined. Despite who his father is. God damn. Well, John, you ain't shit for that. But, brother, let me say this. I just want to say thank you, sir. Thank you, and I appreciate you coming by with the great question for him. Thank you for sending that very generous super chat. John, you didn't have to do that. But you chose to, and I appreciate that, sir. So thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being a constant contributor to the basement, man. You don't have to do that. I don't think I ask for his likes and somebody to sub every once in a while. But if you won't donate, I appreciate that. I'm not going to sit there and be ungrateful. I'm going to show my appreciation by telling whoever, the brother or sister, thank you. Thank you, sir. So right on, man. I'm glad you was able to make it. Thank you.
Everybody needs some great encouragement every now and then.
I know that's right. Right.
You like to see all that hard work get rewarded sometime, some type of way.
Every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, Jay?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you need that. You know, you do need that. You do need. J Hub, was you able to watch the show, or you missed out?
Man, I clicked on. I probably saw like 30 seconds of it.
Oh,
but I was running
like button. You said after like button.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God damn!
If I watched it at all, that's step number one. Hit the like button.
You can always go back and hit that like button for you, brother. You can do that. I would really appreciate that. I thank you, sir. I thank you. But no, on some real spill, man. Look, I thought it was a great show, man. He loved it. He was comfortable with it, man. He enjoyed himself. Answering the questions from some of the people in the chat and some of my questions. I said, well, damn, these people in the chat have so many good questions. I might as well not even wrote none down, but I had a few out there for them. So it was all good, man. So I really wanted to have the show, just show my appreciation, tell everybody who came through, who stopped by. Thank you. Even matter of fact, even old Travel One came through with some with a good question, you know. And so she continues with her questioning. And it's this. Chucky, now you belong to little Hink, daughter Hink, and grandbaby Hink. Yeah, well, yeah. Grandbaby got a couple of them. She likes grandbaby likes the Teen Titans, so that's her favorite cartoon. J Hub, I know you got young kids. Do your young kids like Teen Titans?
I don't even. I heard of it. I heard them talking about it. Matter of fact, this weekend. I don't even know what it is though. I heard them talking about it. That was the first time.
Yeah, it's funny. I let me finish reading it. I'll tell you about it. Don't cry, Chucky. You in good hands. Be good. Travel ones will still fly by. Little Hink has a solid foundation to success. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, what Teen Titans are, it's like Robin, what's that, Cyborg, like young kids, like teenagers. So that's what they are. And like Starfire and Raven. Raven is one of them too.
Okay. So, teenage, like the new, what's the Black Spider-Man? Kind of like that. Like
Morales. Miles Morales. Yeah. Well, yeah. Something like, maybe a little younger, maybe about they more so like 10, 11 or something.
Okay.
That would at least listen to the conversation of mindset. So yeah. But she loves them. So for her birthday, that was her theme. So she got to dress up as the Robin. And Raven is her favorite character out of them. So I end up getting some little pops like it. So what I told her I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some too and actually keep her, because she takes them out the box and plays with them. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna have them here. So whenever she comes over, she can always come downstairs and look at her little Funko Pops of her collection. So when she gets older, I'm gonna pass them off to her. Hopefully she doesn't open the box, but you never know. So it is what it is. So
hey,
yes, sir.
So I'm listening to the conversation. I'm assuming you got older kids too?
Yeah, I got a 27-year-old daughter.
Okay. I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, I got a 27-year-old daughter. She's 27. She's married, and with her daughter, she lives over in Indiana.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
Oh man,
that's cool.
I'm old as hell, brother.
I thought we say maybe, but I thought your kids was younger for some reason. I didn't know. For some reason, in my mind, I thought your son was the oldest. I don't know why I thought that, but I did.
No. John Back, my son is it. Look, he was born in 2005, 2006. I got the vasectomy, and I'm done.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my man down here below to join the vasectomy fraternity, but he don't want to. No. He still got fire behind him. He said.
Hey, my wife got a tube. My wife got a tubes tied, so.
Oh, so you good? Okay, I got you.
But I ain't cutting mine. I just
in case you might want to surprise somebody.
I ain't gonna put that out in the air. I ain't gonna.
No, don't do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that at all.
So your daughter's about the same age as my son. Then okay, I didn't even. Yeah, I really didn't. I heard you talking about putting content schools together, but I didn't know you had a child that old. Not that that's older. You know what I meant, but yeah.
Hey, when I think about every day she had a birthday, I'm like, God damn, that means I'm getting another year older.
Yeah.
But look, it's a blessing. At the end of the day, celebrating another birthday is a blessing, right, John? I mean, I could be on the other side of life. So the Lord keep finding a way to bless me, allow me to wake up. I got to give thanks. That's all I can say. Just give thanks.
Sound like one of old ass.
Salute to brother OG Do Dirty for the super chat. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. What'd you say, J Hill? I'm sorry.
I said you sound like one of them old country ass niggas. If the Lord see fit, I'll see another year.
They help you keep living. You're gonna be one of my old country ass niggas. I don't know why
don't let him. Don't let him.
He's laughing at us. He keep on having some birthday. He gonna be in the same boat we are.
No. I went home the last time.
Lord's
last
willing.
Time I went home.
Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that old country saying?
Yeah, we know about that one.
Hey, my grandmother used to say it all the time. Lord, you in the creek don't rise. I said, God damn. I said, keep that creek down, Lord.
So I've been trying to fight this shit.
My brother. I'm sorry.
No, I just said I've been trying to fight this shit. Last time I went home, it was like it really started to hit me that I'm like, I ain't the young little cousin and shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, like all the young kids see me as an old nigga that they can't relate to and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't try and kick it with them and
right
stuff.
now?
32. 32.
Yeah, that's when it started happening. That's about the age it started happening.
Yeah, it's a humbling feeling, ain't it, J-Hub?
I'm like, damn. That shit felt bad. I'm like, damn. They went out and stuff, didn't even hit me up. I'm like, oh, they put me in the old man category. You know what I'm saying?
You're the old ninja in the club now.
Yeah.
Hey, look, hey, John,
that's when it hit me.
Old man hanging at the bar all night.
Hey, it won't be long when you start walking around them shorts and church socks on.
Oh, Lord. It ain't so.
With them slides.
No, with the Jesus slides with the black socks.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for a while anyways. I guess I've been old.
Hey, don't let me see you in some black socks and some Rockports.
No, I can't do the sandals.
No, these Rockports ain't sandals. These ain't like they look like they're orthopedic shoes.
Oh, the black ones? You talking about them black ones?
Yeah. The black. Hey, let me tell you this. Y'all laugh at them. I used to laugh at them too. Them some bitches are comfortable as hell.
They're comfortable.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a pair.
Yeah.
Shit. Man, I said, God damn, what was I thinking about?
My pops used to wear them things. I used to laugh at them. I'm like, all the shoes out here, you getting these old Rockports. Like, that's literally all he wore to work, literally every day for 40 years.
He stood on his feet a lot, didn't he?
Nah, he didn't stand on his feet.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
yeah, I promise you that if you stand on your feet like a pair of good Rockports are comfortable as hell. You know, before I moved, before moved down to the wastewater treatment plant, I used to work at the downtown location of my company. And, that's before I'd have to wear steel-toe boots like I do now. But I always had the pair of Rockports because I was always on the move, walking and all that. And Rockports, man, they was comfortable on them feet, man. Man, it was comfortable.
After the Rockports, you go to the SAS. Yeah, I got SAS.
You talking about them old Nikes?
No, it's SAS. It's like these old people shoes. I don't know.
SAS?
Yeah, that's the name. That's the brand name. Yeah.
Man, I never heard of those.
Yeah.
I never heard of those. Shit.
No, man, I ain't trying
OG Do Dirty, man. Look here, guy, you'd have to donate, man. But I appreciate you doing that. Thank you, sir, for your contribution to the basement, man. Right on, big brother. I appreciate you. But not SAS. I never heard those.
I've seen them, but I never had a pair though. I have seen them.
You see them like old grandmas, like 80. You get like 85. Old white ladies and stuff be wearing them. If you look, you know what I'm talking about.
Said you got your 30 and over club card. Yeah, J Hub. I'm telling you, he that dude in the club, hanging in the background, sipping on old Hennessy.
No.
I'm gonna tell you, there's no sadder sight though when you see a 30-year-old who still think they 20. They still trying to hang out with the young crowd. It's like, nah, bro, give it up. You done changed over. I see it happen from time to time too, but it's one of the saddest sights.
Hey, look here. I knew when it was time to stop going to the club. When I seen my younger cousin, who's about 10 years younger than I was, in the club, I said, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm 31. She's 21. Just got in. Yeah, I'm done. This is the last time I'm in this joint. I said, now, whatever place I go to is like the grown and sexy vibe. You know what I'm saying? They got a live band, listen to a live music, chill out, and get the hell up out before they cross over to the club scene. No, I ain't with that. I'm gonna let you young cats have it.
You know where you go now to avoid your kids now?
What's
to
that?
the jazz club.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
John, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to listen to a live band and relaxing and chill. Me and my lady went to we got this like little spot called the Black Jockey Club down here, in downtown Louisville. Man, nice little spot, good food, and they always have a good live cover band, man. And so that's where we go on Saturdays. Just kick it, relax, sit back, enjoy the good music, man. But that's grown people shit. J-Hub ain't ready for that life just yet.
No, I ain't gave it up yet, man. I ain't gave it up.
Hold on. He's still trying to back his thing up in the clubs.
No, I ain't gave it up. I ain't never been no club person, but just thinking about that shit, I looked in the mirror the other day. I'm like, hell no, man. I gotta fucking start hitting the gym. I ain't that damn old. Like my pops, he had diabetes, but he used to be like real big. But like he now he a diabetic. He started taking his medicine, and like he lost a whole lot of weight. Like he slimmed way down and looking real like.
You definitely got to eat different.
But it like now I start gaining a little weight and shit. Like my kids start talking about Papa about to be smaller than you. I'll say.
How old are your kids?
I got a 12, 7, 5, and 3. Yeah.
That 12 that 12 you're gonna give it to you.
J-Hub fighting. He said, "Oh hell no, y'all ain't gonna put that body on me."
No. I'm in denial.
No, you are.
That's the first stage of grief, Hank. Is denial. I'm in denial right now.
Say they so. Say they so.
You named out 4 ages.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, you're gonna be busy for a minute, bro.
Yeah, I wish somebody like grew up an only child, so I was like, man, I had to make up for it. But I wish somebody would have warned me. I understand why they only had one. God damn.
Guys, I want to play this video. Let me know what y'all think. I don't. There's a couple videos I want to go through and I want to hear what y'all thought is. But here's the first one.
Disrespect mama and daddy. If you wasn't a mama and you wasn't a daddy and you wasn't raising them right, stop asking people to donate to burial. Stop get GoFundMe. We ain't paying for your child burial. Ain't nobody paying to bury your child. You wasn't even praying for your own child. You wasn't loving them. They was on social media with their fingers up and you was liking the picture. Shut up. They had guns on Instagram and you was liking the picture. Shut up. Every time you see a child with a gun on Instagram, let me tell you what they doing. They inviting death into their life.
What? Well, hold on. Before y'all go, let me bring this up, brother. What's going on, dog? You good today?
I was until you just said that.
What did I say, brother, that made you bad?
Tell me, am I good today? I'm good every day.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
My vitriol is warranted.
You said what?
My vitriol is always warranted.
Let's start.
What up, podcast? What up, podcast?
Hey, did you see the video, though, podcast?
JB, yeah, I just saw it. That's what made me hit the link.
Oh, okay,
That's
right on.
Crazy. I never heard nobody say nothing like that before.
So I'm about to get everybody view, but since podcast, you already got the mic. Go ahead and tell your side. What do you think about that video, brother?
Man, that's crazy, bro. Like I never heard nobody talk like that before. I don't even know if I agree with him, but I definitely can't argue with him. There's no pushback that I could actually give to him. You know what I'm saying? But like that's super deep. Because yeah, to a certain degree, to me, I'm one of those people, unlike 97% of people on YouTube that believes parents have some culpability in what they produce as it pertains to their children. We want to live by this rule that once you turn 18, somehow just like a magical wish in the night that everything becomes your responsibility. It's all on you, and anything that happens, and you from the second that you become 18, it's all on you. But I don't agree with that. People have to be responsible for what they produce. It's the reason why you have something called reparations. It's literally people saying, hey, we realized that we did these things to you and it had this kind of effect on you. And this is the suffrage behind our acts. So we're going to repay you for that, right? And so parents do bear some culpability in what they produce as children, but does the rest of the community? Right? Like, does everybody else have to be financially responsible for what you produced? I think he has a good point to question that. And he's doing it in a tough love way, which is what the black community loves so much, right? We can't never do anything with the carrot. We always have to go with the stick. So again, I can't push back on him, even if I don't agree with him. And I don't know if I do or I don't. I will have to process that before I made that decision.
Go ahead, J Hub.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Honestly, as far as his message and the point that he was making, I think I can say that I agree with it. I just don't believe the way that he said it. Obviously, by listening to the reaction, it wasn't received well to the people that he said it to. So he could have said that same message in a different way and kind of got it across better. That's my biggest criticism. But I definitely understand what he's saying, that to the point that, you know, it's not everybody else's responsibility when this person is shown that they didn't have a good character while they're living. You know, a lot of times, you know, at funerals you hear the best of people, and it's not you know, it could be the worst person in the community, but at their funeral they sound like a saint. You know what I'm saying? And the reality of it is, I mean, you get respected once you die by the people that you impacted. You know, so if you was causing terror in life, you know, you're not gonna get respect when you die. Just to me, I think that's just me being honest. I don't think, like I said, I don't disagree with his message, but I think he could have said it different to get it across to the people he was speaking to.
All right, John the Baptist. What say you, my guy?
Well, put your seatbelts on, buckle up tight. I don't give a damn how it sounded. I agree with it. I think we're in the day and time we live in now. We have to stop worrying about how stuff sounds and worry about if it's true or not. If the message is true, forget how it sounds. And that message rang true to me. I don't care if it hurt. I don't care if it hurt everybody's feelings in that crowd. Matter of fact, I wanted to hurt your feelings. So when you go home, you'll think about what he said. And then if you and your kids have that type of relationship, you need to put something in place that make you and your kids change the behavior and the action that you guys are doing. Because as podcast said earlier, it's our job to raise these kids even into their 30s and 40s and 50s. But I'll be doggone if I'm gonna sit there and encourage this bad behavior and support this bad behavior. No, what he said was on time. It should be said way more often, and stop worrying about how it sounds and look for the results that happen behind it. If somebody get pissed off because of how it sounded, get over it. Put your big boy drawers on, go to work, figure it out, and fix the problem.
So look, I'm more aligned on what John the Baptist said, but that's just me. That's how I move. Look, I'm gonna have very little to no sympathy because we've seen that many times before, where your cousin wasn't shit. Your cousin was living a bad lifestyle. He was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. He was out there living a life. He was a street dude. He was enjoying his life. He's out there making babies, not really taking care of. He'd go see him every once in a while. That was your cousin. But you know something? Soon as they go have the church, and they have the church service, and they had a funeral. They speaking like this man's the greatest thing going. He ain't never did nothing wrong. Little Johnny ain't never hurt nobody. everybody in that congregation know that motherfucker was just out there living dirty. He was living wrong. But pastor gonna say what he need to say because he know he trying to get that little check. They are making a nice little contribution to the church in order to have the funeral there. The boy ain't probably been in that church since he was 5 years old for Easter Sunday. It was probably the last time he been in that damn church. Ain't been since. But they gonna go in there and speak highly of him. So yeah, John, I agree with what you're saying. That's sad. Yep. And again, if my son and that falls on me as a man, if I'm not doing what I need to do as my son, I done failed my child. I done failed my child because he's doing these things. Now, I'm also the guy that sit there and say, I'm going to ask go jail. I'm going to let him stay in the jail a couple of nights. As long as he's not there for some old trumped up bullshit. Now, if you're done from trumped up bullshit, now we got some issues. We got a different set of problems. But if it's shit legit and I find out it's legit, yeah, you're going to stay there you got to take that L.
You got to take it.
You're going to have to eat that bologna and sugar cookie with that spoiled ass milk and sleep on that goddamn hard ass floor with that little plastic bed they give you. Don't ask me how I know. I'm not going to tell you. But, yeah, you got to take that one. You got to, because of what you did, what decisions you made, what choices you chose to involve yourself with. You got to take that. However you want it. Got to take it. I mean, anybody
also, I want to add something else to it. Also, he talked about raising money to bury your kids. What do you call it? GoFundMe. I'm getting tired of seeing all these GoFundMe too. That's something else I'm getting tired of seeing. Because that's another sign. That is another sign of being a parent who's not prepared for life. I've always had insurance policy on my kids. Don't never want to use it. Matter of fact, it ain't nothing to get rich on. It's just in case something happens. You don't never want to use it. You hate that you have to have it. But guess what? Life happens. I know a lot of parents had to bury kids. And so what you can't do is make the situation worse by making it worse by not being prepared. And then you got to go ask everybody else for money, especially when if your kid was a nuisance to society, and then you got to go ask people for kids. The same people your kid probably terrorized, now you got to ask the people for money again. Come on, that's not a good look as parents.
Yeah,
it ain't nothing to have a $10,000 policy on your kid. You ain't trying to get rich, but just case life happens.
Yeah, man, I can't tell you like in the last decade how many people have came to my OG for money to bury people. 3,000 here, 5,000 there, 2,500 here. You know, every time I turn around, she dropping thousands to help people bury people. Most recently, one of my cousins, and he was a few years older than me, and I'm 46. And you know, like we don't prepare for stuff like that. You know, it's just being honest. We really don't prepare for stuff like that. But I think to the video again, like I said, like I'm uncomfortable with the way he was talking. But the reason why I take some comfort in it is because of the fact that he was doing the tough love thing that Black mothers champion very hard. You know, Black fathers too, but you know, Black mothers for sure think tough love is the way to go until it's time for them to get some sort of love, to get some sort of discipline. Now all of a sudden, like I said, you want the carrot. You know, you want somebody to talk to you nicely, and everybody want their feelings to be considered when they're being spoken to. But for some reason, as Black boys, Black kids, Black men, we supposed to take all the aggression. We supposed to understand it's just tough love. So, you know, even though I don't like the way he spoke, I think it's okay for him to speak it that way. Not to mention the fact I've seen this play out where, you know, you have somebody, a female, and their son is online, as we said in Chicago, with the shits. And Some happening to other people's kids. Some happening to other people's kids, and they kids was involved, and they silent. And then when something happened to their kid, now they online. Man, we need to stop the violence. Somebody need to speak up, say something, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but you was absolutely quiet when it was happening to everybody else's kid but yours. So now that the chickens have come home to roost, so to speak, now you want everybody to get involved. You want people to say something. You want people to snitch. You want people to, do everything, including put up some money to quote unquote help you bury your kid, which nowadays a lot of people doing cremations. They ain't even going through with the burials. So, who knows where a lot of that money might actually be going to, but it's man, that's tough, Hank. That might have been the toughest video I think I ever seen somebody react to.
And why they talk, you all right, Parker. They gotta start doing more cremations now. I even judge a couple of people they doing cremations now. But if people are not careful, cremations are cheaper now. But if everybody keep using them, guess what's gonna happen to them?
Yeah.
The price is gonna go up on them.
Drive the prices up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so, like you said, and like y'all saying, I mean, and they doing it for cost, it's a lot less. And then you're not only just cremating the body, but now you don't have to worry about getting a burial plot, a headstone, and all of that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can also, if they have multiple kids, you can split the ashes amongst the other family members. So, there's a lot of benefits into doing that. And I understand, some people may not feel comfortable with doing that. But at the end of the day, you got to do whatever's affordable to you, especially if, you expect me to go out here and sell goddamn chicken and fish dinners in order to bury your black ass at the church on Saturday. Yeah, now you're going to have to take it how you get it. If that means you just get a small headstone, hey, man, that's all we can afford. I mean, unless you are willing to kick some more into the kitty, we got to do what we got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So, again, podcast, I understand what you're saying about tough love, but some of us need that tough love. We've probably had it when we was probably about 2 or 3 years old. Like I was saying earlier in the broadcast, y'all know Lil Johnny was acting up. When Lil Johnny was walking around saying shit, you thought it was cute. You laughing at him. Instead of smacking him on his ass, pop him on his ass and address it right then and there, you thought it was cute. You thought it was going to be okay if you cuss and fuss and act a fool around your kids. Well, I could say it, but you better not say it. You don't think they're going to pick up on that and they not going to repeat what you're saying? You don't think that's going to happen? They learn. It's a learned behavior. Oh, you thought it was okay when your little daughter was out there twerking, shaking her ass. She just having fun, dancing, enjoy herself. Don't let her go. No. You should have popped a little ass on a little pop on a little bottom. Say, don't you be dancing like that. We're not doing that. Instead, y'all find it amusing. Matter of fact, some of y'all heifers jumped out there and danced with her and thought it was cool. No, it's not. So you should address it then instead of have to deal with the harsh reality of what my man had to share with you later on, in front of the house of the deceased. Talking about y'all begging and shaking people down for money. We ain't got it. We don't come from money. Shit, we living from check to check, but you want us to find a way to muster some money up to bury your boy, who we all know was out there in them streets? Why didn't you use some of the money he made dealing these drugs to bury his black ass? Why didn't you use some of the money he made from drugs to put his lawyer on retainer? Or why
get an insurance policy?
Exactly. To get a life insurance policy. You knew it was only a matter of time because of the lifestyle he's living. It was only a matter of time when that day was going to come and you was going to get that knock at the door.
Him. I mean,
he's out there living that life.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was saying if they out there living their life, hell, get a $250,000 policy on us. You know what I'm saying? It'd be probably pretty cheap. A young, healthy male. You know what I'm saying? To get a nice size insurance policy. So I mean, somebody in the community ought to be able to recognize, you know, to see the bigger picture and say, hey, he putting his life on the line. Somebody need to have a life insurance policy on him because he at high risk for not making it. Somebody got to be able to see that and make that hard decision. But just to the overall point too, I feel like for the individual that died and the mother and the parents, it's a lack of accountability. You know, the kid has to be held accountable for who he was as a person and what how you remembered after that. Should you even be remembered? Should you, like you say, just be cremated and we forget about you? You know what I'm saying? And then the parents, that your child 90% of the time is a result of the environment that you put them in and how you raised them, you know. So you got to kind of be held accountable for that. I mean, and accept that this kid is who they are because of the environment that they came up in, you know. And maybe it was the best that you could do. Maybe you shouldn't have had a kid. I mean, it's a lot of factors into it. But if it's not a grown adult yet, we talking about teenagers dying, or, you know, even somebody 21, 25, that's still, you know, somebody that's really is a result of their parents and the decisions that they make. And they have to be held accountable for it.
Yeah, I wanted to say, Hank, you said 2 or 3 years old start showing tough love. That's too late. You gotta start from the time they born.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. Like listen, I'm gonna tell you how this works.
My boy John the Baptist said he gonna DDT his goddamn son. He coming out there at the womb.
My wife would tell you, my wife would tell you from the time my kids was born, they was on my schedule. They got like the first couple of months. They got like the first couple of months of like life, but they at about 3 to 6 months old, my kid was already sleeping throughout the night.
Yeah.
They knew. Okay, if you hear him crying, we go give you a bottle. We change your diaper, make sure you're good and you're comfortable. We make sure there's nothing wrong with you. If you crying just because you want attention, it ain't gonna work in our house because you're trying to train me. You're trying to train me as a parent to move at your every whim. I'm gonna come check you out, make sure everything's cool. But once I check you out, no, you need to figure this out. What's going on? My son at 1 year old. Well, before he was 1, he was sleeping he was about the night about 6 months. At 6 months old, started sleeping throughout the night. In the morning, he would wake up. He would lay in the bed till you came and got him.
Yeah, I definitely relate with what you're saying because, you know, by 3 months and 4 months, I was that same way. Look, let him cry. We fed him.
Yeah.
We burped him. We changed his diaper. Let him cry himself to sleep. Now, I always told my ex, I said, if somebody gonna get up, it's gonna be you. I'm not gonna move.
Be you.
Let his ass get up, cry. He'll cry himself to sleep. And a couple times he did. You know, it wasn't a problem. But, you know, a mother's gonna do what a mother do, and she gonna get up and okay. Look, what we call sleep through the night, he allows us. He didn't wake up till 4 o'clock. That was considered sleep through the night for my son. Now my daughter was a little different. She made it about 5 or 6, but my son is every morning about 4:30. Didn't throw me off too bad because I had to get up at 5 o'clock anyway because I had to be at work at 6:30. So it didn't throw me off too bad, but still, you know, it was just that was our way of considering him sleep through the night. He will go to bed at 9 o'clock, and 4 in the morning, 4:30, he's crying. I'm like, God damn, boy.
That Joker, man, I could when it's time to potty train him, didn't take nothing to potty train him. Matter of fact, at 2 years old, he was throwing the football. He was throwing routes to the football. It's like once you get them trained, it's like they learn. Oh, I got to learn this. I got to figure this out. Their mind adapt to it. That's what I'm trying to say. With the stuff that we allow as parents, we allow this foolishness. My son was learning how to read and write at 1, 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me read this real fast. Wouldn't you have to get permission from the parents in order for someone in the community to get insurance policy on someone else's child?
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's got to be. No, it's got to be somebody close. It's got to be like
no, it don't.
No.
I can't just go get a. I can't go get an insurance policy on Hank right now.
Yes, you can.
All my information.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Look, Jay. A lot of churches was built on insurance policy of their members. A lot of Catholic churches was built on having insurance policies of their members. I'm gonna leave it at that. But you can.
Your job.
You got to have the information, but you can.
Your job got insurance policy on you. I bet you.
Yeah, most of them do. Especially,
but I mean, you have to. But to get the insurance, you have to be able to prove that you would be taking a loss by this person passing away. Like if the church is like give me like the two examples y'all just gave. If the church, if you die, if you a tithe paying member at a Catholic church and you die, the church is gonna lose money by you leaving. That is literally showing how your death is gonna impact them. It's different just to have it on a random person that it has no impact or connection to that person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relative or family member, but it could be, like you said, your job. You know, they would be impacted by your loss. You know, that is, from my understanding. You know, maybe I'm wrong.
I would just point out the part I was saying you were incorrect on, is that they got to be somebody in your family close to you. I'm just saying, no, that's not true. And he gave you one example, and I gave you one example. I know people that they don't have to be close to you as long as they got your information. So I can imagine if your neighbor got your information, whether he's close to you or not, they probably get his life insurance on you. They got your information.
Yeah, I think some of these things that people are, you know, they're not always going to be on the up and up. We had an issue when my ex had an issue with, she got an insurance policy on her mother, and her mother never signed for her to get it. So it was like it was considered illegal. And the person who wrote the policy was a friend of a friend. And so now once we found out that happened, because a mother called about it, asking who's the beneficiary of the policy. And of course, you know, my ex was. But she was feeling some type of way towards it and didn't want her to be the beneficiary. She wanted to have her two sons the beneficiary because they needed more, because they was, you know, single with a bunch of kids and need the money. So we end up have to cancel that policy, not getting our money back from the payments that we already made. But we had a policy out on her, and it went all the way on up and up. So if something had came back, we would have never got the benefits because she was never signed properly. But we was able to get it.
So like if that's the case, Beans in Chicago.
Yeah.
Beans, do you know some at-risk people that's out here that might get shot, you know, in the next couple years? And I can put a life insurance policy on.
J Hub got to go with that bullshit. What we doing, J Hub? First, the fact that you put it on Beans to ask him if he knew somebody. What you trying to say?
No, he in Chicago. My bad for the words. My bad for the words.
Nah, listen, this was so funny.
Beans, if you know somebody, hit me up on the back end. You know what I'm saying? We can get a cut. You know what I'm saying?
But don't apologize.
You got 30%.
Don't apologize for the word, because you actually meant what you said. So don't apologize for the words.
I don't know why you doing that.
No, I'm apologizing to him.
This the thing for his platform. Bro.
I'm apologizing to Hank on his platform. That's what I'm saying.
I appreciate it.
You know, Beans, 30%. If it's that easy, I don't think it's that easy. That's what I'm saying.
It's the thing, though, right? In reality, first of all, I'm tired of people always using my city, man, as the example of where all the violence goes down at. Okay. If y'all not been watching the news, it's a couple other places we could be talking about. Okay? We don't have to always go to Chicago, but
right now we talking about somebody from Chicago, though.
He want greater percentages.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, I think, look, shit, I was out there. I don't know if my mama had one on me when I was young. I know she got one on me now. I don't know if she had one when I was younger and I was out there, but you know, I mean, like I said, it's not something that you think that a lot of people think about. And to all that laughing and making fun of Jay Prince that people was doing when we had the conversation about life insurance, bro, listen. What's the word? Superstition is real for a lot of people, bro. It just is. Like we all have them, but we choose to laugh at other people's, right? Not understanding that whatever it is that you're superstitious about, it still falls under the same parameter, right? It's something that you might be looking at from an illogical point of view. And life insurance is one of them where people think, oh, if I get it, then I'm kind of co-signing something to happen. And is it irrational? Maybe, but you know, it's still something that is affluent for a lot of people. Not just black, but period across the board. People just don't want to deal with it. Me personally, I know I don't have any. I'll assume my son mama had one on him. My daughter's mom, I don't know. Probably not. I would have picked out of the two, I would pick her as the least responsible one. That's not shade, it's just the truth. Because I believe I'm the least responsible of her baby daddies. So it's not shade, it's just the truth. But you know, I mean, look, it to me personally, now that I found out about, I think it's called Whole Life. It's this insurance policy that you can borrow money off of and this and that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, son, this is what you got to do. And when you get your first income tax check, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that I'm trying to get my son to invest in for himself, to have all of these things for himself, you know what I'm saying, prior to even having a wife or children. And actually, I'm starting to push towards. I'm really becoming anti-marriage at this point. So I'm probably gonna try to push my son to marriage, to be honest with you. But if you do get married, then guess what? Then it just makes sense for you to do the insurance policies and all this other stuff too, because things happen.
That's another thing. You only insure assets. So if that's what my financial advisor told me. Like if you got a young child and you already got money, like you say, $10,000 saved up to bury him, it's not a good investment to insure a young child that hasn't shown any potential yet. You might love them, they your child, you know what I'm saying? But until they 10, 15 years old and you see that they got a potential of this is just being honest, until you can see that they're gonna be an asset to where they would be a loss if they died. Because let's be honest, a lot of people, kids are liabilities even past 18. You know,
but the way people think about it, though, my bad, John. The way people think about it is like this: I'm gonna give you this little $500, and then you gonna give me $20,000 if something happens, right? Which is ironic because they don't want the thing to happen. So that means you're gonna be paying way more than 500 into it. To your point about, you know what I'm saying, putting all that money into it for something that's probably not gonna even manifest itself. So the best thing to do would be to put the money in an index fund, right? Instead of necessarily the insurance, because at least if you know all things being equal, if they get into their 20s and 30s, which is more likely with something like that would occur, then by that time you got a bag laid out. You know what I'm saying? And it's all yours anyway. So yeah, I agree with you on that, J Hub.
So, J-Lo, to what you were saying, though, so like in our situation, we were young when we first got married. My wife and I, we couldn't rub two pennies together. And if we did rub two pennies together, we had to borrow the penny from somebody else to rub it. So, literally, so we was in a situation where we had life insurance just because we knew we couldn't get that kind of money up when we were young if something was to happen. You know, you're right. As we got older, and we don't really need life insurance for the kids because if something happened, we can afford to do it now. You know, we can afford, God forbid, something else should happen. You can afford to. But other than that, I wouldn't see why carrying life insurance on your kids, until they in their 20s and 30s would be kind of pointless. But until you got the wealth, enough finances to handle situations that life can throw at you, you're gonna need life insurance for a young couple starting out. That's in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you're a breadwinner in your family, of course, you know what I'm saying. If you bringing in money, you're an asset to your family and stuff, of course. But as far as the young kids under 15 that don't even have the ability to show that, you know, they gonna maybe go to college one day and, you know, actually be worth something. I mean, that's everybody love their kids and just think they're gonna be something, but let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? Is it really a good investment if you just look at the numbers?
So,
no, I mean that's the real. Go ahead.
Let me say this, because I'm kind of disturbed on hearing this conversation. Like, we looking at these kids that we chose to have and make as a liability.
Right. Hey, Hink. Okay, the real part about what he said is true though. I don't know. It may be hard to hear it. Kids are a liability.
Well, John the Baptist, a wife is a liability then.
Well, no, because like
not every wife.
No. Listen, what I'm saying.
They could be.
If you're white, they are a liability, especially if you have one that doesn't work.
Point I was trying to make, but
if you have multiple kids with this wife, that's a liability.
So that's, I mean, I'm gonna say something hard then.
Could be considered a liability if you're going off those terms, right?
And Hink, like I said, to the point I was making, if they start getting up there in age, I can understand it. But if you're married, you're the breadwinner of your family, and your wife doesn't work, is she really an asset that should be insured?
Well, I don't know why you laughing. Because he's actually, this young man is actually speaking truth right now.
These are choices you make. You are making adding these liabilities.
No, I agree.
A wife is definitely a liability.
You said what, Beans?
No, I said a wife is definitely a liability.
Yes.
So
liability. If you look based on what y'all saying, they are liabilities.
So in my ass,
would you have a choice for your wife? Is what you said, J.L.? I definitely would have a life insurance for my wife, because she could be lost on that table giving birth to your kids.
Right. Agreed. So like that's kind of where it gets shaky. Like if it's a chance of death, of course you want to have life insurance. You know what I'm saying? But
in J-Hub, every day we wake up, there's a chance for death.
Right. Yeah. It's always
there's not going to be a time for death. Even if your kids are in the crib, they can pass. You know, Lord forbid nobody ever has a child with special needs or some type of deficiency or defective. But there's a possibility. And so with that being said, they may not make it to the age of 5-6-year-old where you say, okay, I think it's now time to get a life insurance policy. They could pass early, say 5, 6, because when they came out, all their organs weren't developed, and they went through multiple surgeries to try to correct it, and just wasn't able to happen.
And they passed away a liability. I mean, let's just
cancer or
so let me ask y'all a question. I need to ask y'all a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are y'all considering wives a liability and their asset? What makes a wife a liability and what makes a wife an asset?
Financially, she's a liability.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If you're speaking about a wife that doesn't work and is a homemaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would agree with that one, because I would say if my kids passed away when they were younger, my lifestyle would not change. It would hurt my heart. It would hurt, like my house, because my kids were no longer there. But my lifestyle does not change. If my wife,
I'd be hard to press say that, because if you was to lose your kids early, that could send you into a deep depression.
Oh no, I'm only speaking financially.
You're moving differently than you was when you did have your kids, right? You can all of a sudden
Yeah.
now you don't feel like going to work because you still engulfed in that sorrow, in that loss. I mean, look.
The way I see it, though.
We're talking. Let me get this out. Yeah, I understand. The humanity party, I get that part, but I'm saying like we're talking. We're saying we all robots. Let's talk about the money aspect right now. If my kids pass away, my lifestyle does not change. If my wife passes away, my lifestyle changes because we're almost compatible in earnings. So life that we built together, my life. If she passes away, she is an asset to me. My lifestyle changes.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Go ahead. So that's what I'm saying.
Your situation is different, and since your wife, obviously, you're acknowledging that her finances impact your well-being and your lifestyle. So, congratulations to you for having that kind of setup. But I would say this though, I would get insurance on my wife. I'm really insuring. I'm insuring her cavities. Right? Like today I have them, tomorrow I don't. So let me at least get some money.
Cavities? You talking about her teeth?
You talking about health insurance or life insurance?
I'm insuring her openings. I'm trying to say it in the most, less vulgar way. I'm really insuring that, right? I'm insuring myself against that. You know what I'm saying? If she gone, she take that away from me. I at least need to be recouped for all of the money that I was previously investing in future said holes, right? So now that I don't have those for the future, I need to at least get a little bit of money back. And then I think it's time for them. I think it's time for them to allow marriage insurance. Right?
Wow, that's a good one.
You see what I'm saying? So now you have marriage insurance, and the marriage insurance it could either work two ways. It could either work two ways. One, it could cover the expenses of the divorce if necessary, or two, it could compensate you for the divorce if necessary. Because look at how many of them end in divorce. When we're talking about 50%. That's half, bro.
Oh,
like come on, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like
that insurance ain't gonna never happen.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. They should be able to have that, right? Because at the end of the day, the thing is that you see all these situations where so many of them are ending, and not to mention the fact that the majority, the vast majority of them are being filed by the women. Why shouldn't men? Because here's the thing I want to, somebody please answer this, J Hub, Hank, or John the Baptist, that I don't understand. I don't understand what is the point of telling people to get a prenup and somehow they can still be contested. It's not making sense to me.
Which is the reason why, even though it sounds great, I wish it would.
I don't believe in prenup, so I can't give you that answer, Bean. So I'm gonna let John the Baptist and J Hub give that answer too.
I don't have one. I don't have one. So
I don't have one either. But I would. But even though it's your idea of insurance sounds great, but the fact that a prenup won't set up in court, the life insurance, like marriage insurance, ain't never going to work because they know they're not going to insure anything that they know is a high risk. They got to pay out, and they know they're going to get divorced. They know there's 80%. They know it's 80% chance that we're going to divorce you, so they ain't going to make no money off that insurance.
To the red pill argument, then they
might not make it 5 years, right? I mean,
oh, that's a fact. That's what I'm saying. Because in our community, that's the average.
God damn.
Yeah, the average marriage in the black community is 5.5 years.
They made little to no money off you.
Exactly.
That's why it never happened. Great idea though, podcast. I wish you could make it work. I would have
but maybe if that was the case, maybe because people make this argument about the black youth, saying that, if everybody went out and got insurance on all these young black people, then they would, stop the gun violence and all this other stuff. They would do whatever they needed to do, right, to facilitate that, right? So I'm thinking, well, if we applied that same idea to marriage, then if that rule would have to apply to marriage as well. They would begin to push the narrative and the programming of marriage as the way to go instead of individualism, which is to the benefit of consumerism, right? Which is the real reason why they push it. On one hand, it's beneficial for us financially if everybody is their own individual. That's more taxation without representation. But at the same time, the other part about it is that they get to weaken the country. So we know that the country is for sale. So, all of these people who have bought in, they also get to weaken the country, and it makes it that much easy for a takeover, which is why you see all the chaos you see now. So my thing is, take these same ideas that we have as it pertains to the gender war and then implement that in these other areas too, to kind of shore up what we have going on, especially if everybody thinks that the nuclear family is the cure for all ills, right? Then we need to figure out some way to ensure that marriages last longer.
Well, look, I'm glad you said that, podcast. So I got this last video I want to show, and I want to get you fellas thoughts and ideas and views on this, kind of along the lines with podcasts we're just talking about. So let's go.
In my house, I live, my wife lives, our 4 children lives, and my ex-wife lives.
Not normal.
Yeah.
But it works for us
and
very well.
And it's awesome. I don't know why. I mean, and if you had asked me that, 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, I'd have been like, nah. But it runs so smoothly, it's crazy.
It's very odd. But with his work schedule and never knowing what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where he's going to have to be.
I mean, last year I was out of the country for like 7 months or something.
Davis was born, and when Davis hit 2 months, he was in Australia, France, South Africa, Atlanta. He was gone for like 5.5 months. If Tracy hadn't been here, I would have died or killed one of my kids. I don't know, whichever one came first. There was no way I would have made it through that time without her help at all. It just would not have happened.
Wow.
Let me ask you this. Could you guys be married and have your ex-wife living in your same residence? Not in a house in the back somewhere, right? I'm talking about in the same vicinity. Her bedroom is 3 doors down.
Absolutely. I am like, just hearing that, bro. I know dude is an actor. He got one of my favorite scenes ever when he told Joe Clark, "I will whoop your ass." Remember that? Hey, and Lean on Me. I gotta go clip that up. That was the realest acting I ever seen in my life. I was like, that nigga is mad at him for real, right? But the thing that I always love to see, right, is people making things work for them. People doing things different from how it's supposed to be, but it's working, right? Like, not trying to force nothing. And so, again, that's very pragmatic, and not to mention, like I said, it's them all sharing that space. That's, imagine if he wasn't with the wife either, right? That would be 3 houses, 3 lights, 3 gas, 3 rents, 3 car notes, like whatever, 3 all of these other things, versus now you got 1 roof, 1 mortgage, 1 light, 1 gas. It just facilitates for a more healthier living. The family gets to be there together more. And to his point, I just want to point this out. I keep seeing these narrative of these guys that get to a certain financial status as he has, and they not around. Like half the year, they not there, right? When it's all said and done. So this whole idea, and this is kind of off the topic, but this idea that these women are gonna find a man who he's a millionaire, he's 6 feet, 6-pack, 12 inches, you know what I'm saying? And he's always there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's emotionally there, physically there, spiritually there. It's like, get over yourself. Like, what are you talking about? This thing does not exist. To whom much is given, much is required. And I just want to say, I'm gonna look that up myself. and find that out so I can talk about it on my channel as well. And just salute to him, and salute to his wife and his ex-wife. Just think about that. First of all, the wife is cool with it, right? But then the ex-wife not being a jerk in the position, right? She's not in the position and then feeling like she has some sort of entitlement of power. But it's about cohesiveness and cooperation, man. And they Black, man. Shout out to them.
Nah, that's what's up. I could never. Me personally, my wife and me, it ain't no space for nobody else nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shit like that ever happening. So, I mean, but like Podcast said, everybody's different. So, if that works for him and everybody in the relationship is in agreement and at peace with it, more power to him. I'm all, about what works for them. Another thing he kind of said is, people being gone. Honestly, me personally, that's something that I had to kind of work through, is not being there. You know what I'm saying? If you working, how much are you an impact if you gone all the time? Your money is a lot, but your presence is way more than that. Kind of to the point you were making earlier, Hank, how I can't remember exactly what it was. You were talking about how you and John the Baptist were talking about how people react to kids and stuff, like how the kids were reacting to the parents, and at 6 months they were doing this and doing that. Like, my kids react to me totally different than they do with their mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife breastfed all my kids, and it's like they cry. When they cry, she reacts different than when I do. You know what I'm saying? And if she's gone and out of the house, my kids act completely different than if she's there. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's okay for you to cry, man. As a man, it's okay for you to cry, bro. It's okay. Well, you cry like if you cry. Didn't you say what you just said?
No, I said my kids. I'm talking about my kids.
Oh,
no, I ain't crying. No, but I'm saying when the kids, when they cry, like that's even my son, when my son cry, that shit like shake my bones, man. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like a little note that he can hit in that cry, and that shit, it's like it irritates you to the point where you got to do something about it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And it's like my wife, he knows how to hit that note, and whatever it is that he trying to, like, it's manipulation, really. He knows how to get what he wants, from her. But when she's gone, he knows what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? And he know that shit don't work. He done cried and rolled out in the floor, and I just sat there and looked at him. It only took 1 or 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Everything then, he's smart as hell. He come up to me and talk, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's, kind of depending on who it is. So
well, you got to ignore that bullshit he's trying to sell her, because that's exactly what he's trying to tell her.
That's all that is.
And shit.
Yeah.
And that's her mother, and she's always going to do that. So I mean, it is over time.
Let me say something to that real quickly, was specifically what he said, right? Because I remember when we took my son to get some shots one time. I don't know how old he was or whatever. And I mean, when that lady stabbed him the first time and he started crying, and then she gonna say, oh, I couldn't find and I need to do it again. And I'm talking about, bro, I wanted to slap her. But when she poked him the second time, like, no joke, I literally saw myself ball-fisted knock this woman through the wall. Like, don't make my son cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make my son cry, I could hate you, and I could use hatred type force against you for making my son cry. Like, I'm really that kind of guy. And I think it has something to do with my level of sensitivity, trauma, and different things that I've dealt with in my life. But I can say my son's mom boyfriend, he like J-Hub, he an only child. I think he was a good sight for my son in that situation, but I don't really think he understood parenting. Like, to me, I think you gotta have like siblings to a certain degree in order for you to jump right into parenting with a certain level of understanding. Because when you have siblings, you know everybody ain't the same. You can't treat everybody the same. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, compartmentalize and say, okay, this is such and such. I know I got to do this with him. I got to do this with her, whatever. The guy, he was a good man, but for him not having no kids, it just it inflict. You could see it in his decisions. Oh, you messed up in school. You on punishment for 9 months. Like 9 months, fam. What's like? Calm down, fam. It's okay, bro. It's grades. Like, it'll be all right. It happens, right? So, but I think to that point, I think you need that balance. So I used to be like, oh, don't be so sweet. But then I was like, you know what? No, it's okay. His mom is way more tougher, so it's okay for me to be a little bit more sweet. When he need me to be tough, then I'll be tough. But the rest of me and my son say I love you every time we hang the phone up. Every time. I don't miss a chance to make sure I tell him I love you. You know what I'm saying? If I don't say it first, he beat me to it.
Well, podcast, that's not being sweet. That's just you being a man sharing your emotions to your son. That's all that is to me. But because
when they hang up the phone, they probably, all right, little nigga, holler at you later, fool. Nah, I mean, son, sue woo.
No, I don't hear those type of sounds, but I understand.
So I know I lost my signal.
No,
I lost my signal there for a second, but did we change conversations? I thought about the
podcast kind of piggyback off of what J Hub was saying.
Yeah, I was just responding to J Hub real quick, John.
Go ahead. Okay. With the video.
Yeah, with that video though, I was listening to podcasters comment, and I'm like, podcast, I like the way your mind think, right? It is able to like shift in a way that don't have to stick to what you already think, like the way you think. It can go somewhere else different and try something else different. I am way too traditional for that video. I am way too traditional. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly with me. No, I just can't do it. So when you talking about my ex-wife, nah, I don't have an ex-wife, but
y'all if I put myself, man, why y'all so scary?
Because like it's not even scary though, podcast. Like I said, I respect the way your mind works, where you would try stuff like that, right? Not knowing the outcome, but you would try it. And if it works, it works. For me, it's not even scary because I know. Well, let me say, if I say it's not scary, let me say it this way. I know if you look at life and what has actually happened in life, it's hard to make a marriage work on the normal.
Yes.
And then they say the first rate of marriage is 50% chance it's going to end divorce. They say the second marriage is like almost 70%, I think it is.
Yep.
So if I do it the first time, now do it again, why would I make it harder by bringing the first problem to the second problem? to the second marriage. And so for that factor alone, is like logically, I would look at this like, why would I increase my chance of the second divorce by bringing the first wife into the second one? You ruined the first marriage for me. I'm assuming because it's normal how I think. It wasn't me that ruined it. It was her that ruined it. I'm not gonna break it to the second one. So there's
no way. Listen, John, what you're saying is anybody else is what you're saying is logical, but I'm saying it's two things. One, they're cooperating with each other. Like that is the most. What's more beautiful than that? The two women in the situation are cooperating with each other. That's one, right?
But what's the chance of that actually happening though?
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, John, to facilitate a real world answer to the question, would you do it? It's not, would you do it if you didn't know anything or if you had to go off what you knew was regular? Would you do it if you knew that you had two women who were cooperative in that kind of way?
I'm probably going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Man, I'm going crazy. Sign me up.
Well, look, let me tackle. World Class, did you get to see the video, brother?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you see the video, and I'm gonna let you respond.
Give him a tardy slip, Hank, for being late.
I'm only 2 hours late.
I know that's right. Just 2 hours. That's not that bad.
In my house, I live, my wife lives, our 4 children lives, and my ex-wife lives.
Not normal.
Yeah.
But it works for us
and it's,
very well.
And it's awesome. I don't know. I mean, and if you had asked me that, 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, I'd have been like, nah. But it runs so smoothly. It's crazy.
It's very odd. But with his work schedule and never knowing what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where he's going to have to be.
I mean, last year I was out of the country for like 7 months or something.
Davis was born, and when Davis hit 2 months, he was in Australia, France, South Africa, Atlanta. He was gone for like 5.5 months. If Tracy hadn't been here, I would have died or killed one of my kids. I don't know, whichever one came first. There was no way I would have made it through that time without her help at all. It just would not have happened.
That's 120% chance of divorce right there in one house.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hell no.
World Class, what do you think, brother?
I'm not seeing the problem.
That part.
So you good with it, right? Is that your answer?
I recommend it.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah, why did you divorce her the first time then?
He thought he had to.
If you could make
If
it
she's
work
such a
the
great
first
woman,
time,
why you need another one? If she was just such a great woman that you wanted to stay in your home, why did you? Why is she your ex and you're not with her right now?
He was under the impression of the dogma that is the Jedi, that he has to be in monogamy, and he really did not. So I think we all make mistakes, and he realized that once you come to the dark side, there are ways of the dark side that some may seem to be or deemed to be unnatural. You know what I mean? You can watch one of your girlfriends each have a girlfriend out. It is not that bad. It's pretty awesome.
No, this guy, man, he had a situation where he got with somebody for all the other gentlemanly reasons, right? And then later on down the line, he probably still wanted to be able to have kids. And because now I'm Michael Beach, I'm the guy who's made all these movies and stuff, and I've grown into this assumedly attractive man, right? I can get something else, but at the same time, I'm gonna still make provisions for my first wife and our children and everything, and it's easier to do if we're all in one situation. Me being able to make those provisions still allows me to have that certain provide and protect and all of that and authority over the situation. And she's very cooperative, which she don't have a choice to be because she got old faster, right? Like his wife now, she gained weight or whatever from after those kids, but I'm looking at these pictures when she was younger. She ain't had the body that I like, but in the face, oh yeah, she was fine. Right. But he was able to do that now. Right. Maybe I don't know how old he was, but he was able to do that now. Whereas I'm pretty sure his wife probably was done having kids. She probably couldn't even have kids. But we hear people talk about it from the high value perspective of how these men, I know this is true for myself. I'm 46. I wasn't really thinking about having no kids. But if you just dropped a bag in my lap right now, somehow I was able to get to the money, I would want to continue to having kids. I would probably never get tired of daddy do-overs. You see what I'm saying? So for him to facilitate it this way, I think it's a beautiful thing. Can't say the same for his first wife though. She's not that attractive.
I didn't see the first wife, but I think supplementation is good. I really blame y'all. I blame you guys, and here's why. Okay, especially you old guys. You get in these relationships, right? And even in relationships, especially the marriages, y'all begin to not be yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a problem. Wow, I don't know who the fuck that is. Y'all stop being y'all.
That's the first wife.
Oh yeah, that's not the direction I would go in. But y'all stop being yourself, right? You don't operate at your best. You really, all of y'all niggas, we've done this shit. You start to not be yourself.
World class. I don't even know why you saying this.
Because it's the truth. You don't operate at y'all best.
What's your best? What is your best?
You would world class. You would assume that I'm not operating as myself. That I'm doing something I don't want to do.
We're not gonna do this.
So what you're assuming? Hold on, I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
No. Let me finish. I'm 38 years old. We're not gonna play this dumb game. We know when a nigga get with a girl, he's not his best no more. He doing shit he never did before. If you didn't do it before, you're probably not that great at it. He's not himself no more. He's starting to care about stupid feelings and doing shit he never did, tolerating shit he never tolerate. Y'all start to dumb down, and you're not giving this chick the real you. Because if you gave her the real you, she knows she couldn't keep up, and she would go get her homegirl. Y'all start dumb down because your mama told you some dumb shit, and you don't be your best, and she's not getting the real you at all, anywhere close to the real you, and y'all know that. So they realize
what is your best? What's your best though? You keep speaking about the best.
The girls tell you that how you are when you first meet her. You're not her. You don't be that guy 2 months from now. You don't be that guy a year from now. The same nigga you was when you first met her, when you was trying to get her. This how you know you can take her home, because you can go to the female sector where they trashing us and hear the same shit. The nigga you was when you first met her, you're not that same nigga 2 years in or 10 years in. You stop being the best you. Because she will realize she can't keep up. This is why they love the players, because the players stay that guy, and she knows she can't keep up, so she'll accept the nigga fucking another chick.
Let me say good evening, guys. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing?
What's up?
Salute.
I'm doing good. That's what's up, man. Yeah, they might not let me do that. Okay. Can I go ahead and comment?
Right after I say this real quick, right after I say this, just Hank, you see the picture I put up there now? That's him with the ex-wife and the current wife. So I'm just saying, if you look at her, you can see why she's willing to cooperate. Right? I'm not trying to diss her, but it's just the truth. What she doesn't
what are you saying?
Because she's not gonna have very many more options to be a part of a family, to be taken in and provided for like that, outside of the man who was already willing to do that for her based on what she's given to him, which was children, right? And so of course she's gonna come into space and cooperate. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of other context besides the wife and the ex-wife. We looking at it from, we know women are insane, but there obviously are reasons why women will forego their insanity, and this is one of them. In order to maintain that position,
it's a lot more context than a picture, my guy. Like,
look at her. What are you talking? Like, sometimes life is simple. Look at the in the red shirt. That's the ex-wife.
Probably 55, 60 years old, bro. She don't look that bad for her.
Again, you're adding more context. Thank you.
No, what do you mean?
My point. But Beans, you're gonna lose your beauty as the older most people get, right? Most times.
Like, what are you saying, bro? Like,
y'all making my point for me. The reason why I'm saying that this makes sense. That's what I'm saying, because she's not just some young, vivacious woman who can just run off and go get another millionaire to provide for her.
I see your point. I see what you're making. I see what you're making.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I said, I see the logic. I see the logic you're speaking. I still think though is even okay. So this can't be the norm though, because the reason why it can't be the norm, because the first wife is not always going to be that cooperative. Now, even if it looks are fading, she's gaining weight, and she's got 10 kids. What's the chances of the first wife being this cooperative on a consistent basis? What's the percentage of that happening? We know it's slim to none.
Yes, but that's based on I hate to say this, but I know that it's true. But that's mostly going to be based on mostly it's going to be based on the fact that women are insane. But the second biggest reason why is because of the fact that they're not going to be in a position where they're used to having somebody providing for them this way. So that's what I'm saying. The weird J-Hub is saying why he won't do it. John is saying why he won't do it. I can't remember, but I'm assuming Hink is also saying why he won't do it. I'm saying, but if you figure in,
I don't think
you haven't responded yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm saying, but if you figure in all of the other contexts, this is eliminating some of the fears you may have. John is saying, I wouldn't do it because no woman is going to be cooperative. But the point is, what if they were? What if they would be cooperative, especially if you're gonna do something like be paying alimony and child support and stuff like that anyway to the ex-wife? What if they were cooperative? And what if you could keep all of that money in-house? Wouldn't it make more sense to do it that way?
Only thing I was saying was, like, you put up this picture to show like her face and say, hey, she's not that pretty anymore at 55, 60 years old. So therefore she has to accept the fact that her man can go get a more younger, pretty woman. Okay. I mean, that's if you're talking about marriage, if you're just talking about dating somebody and fucking them, that's one thing. But if you're talking about marriage and getting married, it's so much other characteristics to a person that you looking at that's not a picture of them. Like,
for him to be who he is and him to choose them to kind of speaks to what type of dude he is. Because I didn't know that's who he was when that younger picture now recognized. I'm like, he could really be getting some crazy attractive chicks, but he got.
I can't even see who it is.
Yeah, but she looked good to me.
Oh, okay.
No, she's not. I mean, she's not. It's not that she's not attractive, but you expect a guy that popular.
Because you can do it, you should go do it.
Let me answer this, man. So with me, my lady's territorial, so I know she's not going for that bullshit. That's off the rip. And knowing my ex, she not going for that bullshit either. And I wouldn't want two of them motherfuckers to sync up with that minstrel. I'm good on that bullshit. So with that being said, no, I couldn't, I wouldn't, and I wouldn't even ask or think about asking to have this conversation of bringing an ex in. I don't want two of them women. Man, look, I'm barely holding up with one. So to bring a second one in, yeah, I'm good. I am good. I'm good.
Hey,
yeah, I know y'all give my man a hard time about the looks of the woman, but hey, I say it all the time. Sometimes you cats need to sacrifice looks for respect, being cordial and agreeable, and know how to get along. I will sacrifice some. Look, I'll go from a 7 down to a 5 if I have to. As far as the looks, as long as her mindset right, she's respectful. She knows how to act and carry herself, and how to respect me as a man. I don't have the problem with that. Me personally. Now I know you cats y'all motherfuckers all handsome, built up, nice, debonair motherfuckers. I know y'all want the 10s. Y'all can have them.
Oh my god!
Getting another woman into the relationship.
You was just telling JP you was handsome earlier today. Get the fuck out of here.
What?
You were just telling JP you was handsome earlier today. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah, I'm a die plus 9. I ain't gonna lie to you, motherfuckers. I'm sexy in this. Make your grandmama look at it.
So this is what I'm trying to say, right? Because Worldwide was saying,
don't do that. Let me live.
Okay. Now you're gonna live. You're gonna.
Don't even apply to your black ass. I don't know why you talking about this shit.
Got it.
So she was 28.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Worldwide was saying that women most times get men, and then these men change. These men do whatever they want to do to get a woman. Men are hunters. We're gonna have to put a right trap so we can trap her. But that doesn't mean we changed our character. We changed who we were. We just became agreeable at the very instance that we met her. Because if you become disagreeable right away, you become difficult to deal with. And most women that have access to men will not accept real life scenario. They want you to lie to them. But these men don't lie to women. But what they do basically is they just agree to whatever bullshit she's coming with.
And they take that as they made you submit. So
and guess what happened? Yeah. And guess what happened? Sorry about that. So guess what happened? When we start dealing with her, right? Then she wants us to do more and more, and now she wants to be in control because what she was telling us earlier, we were agreeing with her, so she wants us to become agreeable to the relationship. No, now we want to put our foot down because we already got the meat. So when you set a trap and you catch the meat, you cook it however you want to cook it, right? The meat doesn't get to dictate how she gets cooked. That's but what men. But
no, finish your statement. I thought you were done.
So that's one thing that men, and that I would say that when women come and try to shame us for being men, we kind of back down. And when we back down, guess what? They own us. So I don't see anything wrong with a man putting his foot down. But I see but people that actually do most of this changing are women. Because what women do is that the woman is purple in the daytime, black at night, and white in the morning. So they keep changing. You can't even keep up with their change. Men just become disagreeable after they've gotten the meat, not agreeable anymore. Go ahead, bro.
No, I don't
so
see.
I want to address what World Class said earlier.
Go ahead, because you didn't get in. Go ahead. My bad.
Because you said that men stop doing what they want to do, and I disagree with that. Because
I said men stop being their best.
Yeah, stop being their best. Okay, so I want to. Okay, let's dive down on what is being their best. Then what are you actually saying by being their best?
Playing at a LeBron pace versus playing at Golden State pace. Y'all pace dramatically stops, and they tell y'all that all the time. You don't be operating the same way they caught that eye in the beginning. So it gives them an idea that they conquered you and they can keep up with you when they really can't.
Okay, so now. Okay, I dropped out of elementary school, right? 3rd grade.
Okay.
What's the pace? Break down the pace to me. Tell the 3rd grade what the pace is.
The same vibe that you, again, like I said, the same vibe, and it don't matter what it is relative to the chick you met. The same vibe, the same pace, the same energy you had in the beginning when you first met her. You don't keep it going. Everything be spontaneous, everything be exciting, and you stop doing that. So then you start getting comfortable and turning to her and be slow, and then she think she caught up with you, or she can keep up with you.
Okay, so at 17, 18, I was very intentional, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always been intentional about what I wanted to go, because I looked at my life. I grew up different than a lot of people. Well, I don't know about different. My life was very chaotic. I looked around in the environment I grew up in, and I wanted everything different than what the environment I grew up in. I knew then, by the way I grew up, how that environment became so chaotic. So I was intentional in the way I moved forward. So with the pace I met my wife, it's the same pace I've always moved at, based on what I saw in life and what I wanted going forward. I knew early that I wanted to get married, be a family, have kids. I knew at 18 that's what I wanted to do. I knew how I wanted to get there. So this thing that you're saying, all men slow down or change pace, no, you know as a man, you know what you want to do. You know what direction you want to go, and you make your life go that direction.
Mostly I don't. Most people don't. Most guys don't. More than most of them don't.
If you said most earlier, but you said all earlier.
Yeah, but it's all. It definitely is all, because you're older now. You can't possibly be at the same pace that you was when you was 18. Let's be serious.
Okay, so the pace.
Exactly.
So that's why I get you dial down on what you mean by pace, because what I'm saying is, the way you're speaking, and you need to be direct when you say this. The pace I was moving at 18, the things, the direction I wanted to go, the things I wanted to accomplish, things I wanted to get done, And those are the things that I got done. The things I got done that I've been intentional about it kept doing.
Yeah, so I said pace. I also said that's why she thinks she can keep up with you because you change your pace.
No, my wife. Okay, so
I don't know how much direct I'm supposed to be when it's consistent.
So even then she couldn't keep up with me, and now she can't keep up with me. I'm always ahead of my wife because I'm always thinking ahead. So I don't know, like the thing that you're saying is like I'm not missing out on nothing.
But she thinks she can. Okay, cool. So she thinks she can keep up with you by herself, right?
No, she don't.
She don't. So you got 2 wives.
No, I got 1 wife.
Okay, case closed.
But I don't know how your case closed. But go ahead.
That was the point of me saying what I said. Yeah.
But I didn't want 2 wives.
That's what's up.
But I got a question though. I got a question for 2 of you. What is wrong with having 2 wives?
For me, it's not something I wanted. For some, it's not I never wanted to do. I've never saw the thrill of sleeping with 2 women at one time. That never interests me at all.
But you guys always. But this is the problem, John the Baptist. Sorry for cutting you off. This is the problem, huh? People always think that 2 wives, 3 wives is about sex.
Yeah.
You guys got.
No,
but
I'm just saying.
not.
No, I'm just saying. No, if no. I'm not saying it's about sex.
Facts.
I'm saying it's not something I would. It's not something I wanted to do.
John the Baptist,
If somebody want to have 2 or 3 wives, I know it's not about sex.
Hold on before you go down that rabbit hole real quick. World class, please. Thank you, sir. Brian. I just wanted to add a little bit more context to the story. So they was together. I don't know how old the ex-wife is. That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out. But he was 26 when they first got married, 1989. They was together to 2006. So he was 44 years old when they divorced, right? The next year, he married this woman, the new woman, Alicia, right? And Alicia, if I remember correctly, I think she is 44 now, right? I think she was 28 at that time. So he was 44 then, and she was 28 now. Let's just assume that him and the wife is about the same age. This falls right in the line of leaving the older wife for the younger one.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And then not to mention the fact that he had 4 children with the first wife. Guess how many children he has with the second one?
1.
4. So this is what I'm saying. Like it's very possible that she couldn't even have children anymore, right? Because my lady she just made 40 and she already went through that process. She can't have children anymore, right? So he obviously wanted to continue his legacy on. So now he moves forward. He gets the younger wife, the prettier wife, the childbearing wife, right? It just all falls right in line with the Manosphere Red Pill talking thing. And the only thing that really shores it up and kind of like puts a stamp on it that it's not about sex though is the fact that they're able to do this family unit thing where they all live together. I'm assuming just off the numbers that all 4 of his children by his ex-wife are grown and out of the house, because he said by his own recognition that all our 4 children live in the house. So you see what I'm saying? So the 4 children that actually live in the house are the children that he have with the new wife, right? And then the ex-wife is helping to, take care of those children. This is probably some whole thing about it's something about the empty nester syndrome, right? Where women find themselves like lost when the children leave the house. So this woman has some other things. It's a few things going on. You can have empty nester. You can have the fact that she's with the guy who provided for her. You see what I'm saying? She's not nobody. Nobody is checking for this woman. Nobody is trying to court this woman to remarry and none of that other stuff. Like it's a lot going on. When you see it visually, it makes sense. I'm not trying to change minds. I'm just trying to make sure we have an understanding of what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, I mean it's
all that's nice, but again, I that's just something just knowing the personalities for me, I just couldn't see myself doing. Now, of course, we don't know if he's sexing up on his ex-wife. We're just, I guess we're just assuming.
No, I don't think he is. I don't think anybody is.
I don't think he is either.
I wouldn't want him to. I don't want him to.
Come on, man. Come on.
I don't want him to care about stuff.
Situation. I just don't. I don't see. I couldn't do it because there's more personalities. I wouldn't even want them headaches. So yeah, I'm not going with that. But hey, I understand if y'all want to. You know, you guys who's okay with that. Hey, rock on, man. I definitely want to live my life through y'all stories. I promise you that.
Okay, Hinks, look at it this way. Hinks, look at it this way, right? There is nothing bad with this, with the practice. This practice is actually the longest practice in the whole world. Amen. What you're doing right now, your monogamy is only less than 300 years old. And it was started by the West. It's a Western experiment. What they're doing has been around since the creation of Earth itself, since human existence. It's the oldest practice on Earth. So, men get involved with marry extra women into the first wife's existing relationship because of legacy. Some men want more children. Some women can only produce 3, 4, 5 kids. That's it. Some women can go up to 12, like 40, 50 years ago. But today, most women today don't even have that because, number one, they have more testosterone today. So it makes women to bear less fruit. And number two, most women start producing very late in life. So they can produce starting at the age of 16, 17, which our paps did. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, some men want 5 kids, 10 kids, 15 kids, 20 kids. Because for those men, they
no. Is it my time?
Let him make his point.
Trinidad, come on.
So,
let him finish.
I don't have problem with somebody having as many kids as they want to, as long as I'm not raising your child. As long as you're raising your child, right? You're raising all them kids. You're not getting another man to take care of your situation. I'm fine with it. That is why I always say all the time, polygamy is not for poor people. It's for people that can afford it.
But okay, right then and there, what you just said, people who can afford it. Now, if Joe and Joanne can't afford that, though, can they? They can't afford
that. Is stupid. That's stupid.
Some barely can afford to raise one child. Could you imagine you talking about 12? Yeah, I don't want 12 of them little goddamn crumb snatchers around my goddamn house. I'm good. You know, I love kids.
Not the babies catching strays.
There's gonna come to a point where hey, I'm okay with that. No, not yet. You can follow me up, Trinidad. I look right now. I am currently empty nest, and I'm good with it. Like I said a little bit earlier, I'm about ready to retire. So my passport is about to get renewed, and I'm going. And wherever I turn that on a map, that's where I'm going.
Oh shit!
No shit, man. I'm going. Me and my lady. Well, she'll be my wife by then. We going. We gonna hit the friendly skies. But go ahead, Trinidad.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Real quick, I'm not gonna make it long. Mr. World Class and Mr. Hank, you guys was right. Mr. Anike, you are dead ass wrong. Like you dead wrong. I want to hold on. I want to 10 kids. Listen, I wanted 10 kids. I got 1. My baby.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Yes.
Look at God. Won't he do it?
Lord has come through and blessed us. Go ahead, World Class. I know you started to speak on it.
Yeah, I had to back up. what Ikene is saying, because it's like he said, the key word with monogamy is freaking experiment. It's just something that most people have no idea where it comes from. I can sit in front of any rabbi, pastor, bishop on earth and prove that monogamy doesn't come from any Bible. It doesn't come from any Quran. It doesn't come from religion at all. It's not backed by anything. It only comes through slave breeding. That's where it comes from. So,
hey, and no, I would say this. I feel like for me, I understand that I could get more than one wife, right? Other people can get more than one wife. I understand that, but I understand for me, monogamy is what's leading to a civilized society in the modern day. If Floyd Mayweather, I'm just giving an example, had 50 wives, 100 wives because he can afford it and he's that guy. And the average guy doesn't have any wife. He can't find a good, decent woman, right? That leads to civil unrest and wars. That's another thing that people got to realize. Monogamy is letting the average guy have a woman that he can marry and have a purpose in his life. Otherwise, the average guy is just going to be upset, angry at the world because he ain't got nothing to live for. You just want him to go out here and work in our society without building towards anything. You know, for me, that's what I mean, my theory on it is monogamy is good for society as a whole, because the average guy who in a monogamous society, all of the wives or all of the good wives would go to the LeBron James, all the basketball players. They would all have 50, 100 wives, and the average guy would have no wife, and the poor guy definitely wouldn't have one, right? A good one at least.
So okay, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, and since I had this conversation with the dude Rob on Brittany B channel forever ago.
Yeah, world class.
You go next, Trinidad. You go next.
So we
can respect the Trinidad's voice. You got next. Go ahead. Finish up world class. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with podcast. Let her go.
I must be on a delay.
You're on a delay. And you're
oh, thank you. Okay, real quick. Mr. World Class. Huh? Mr. World Class, you from Baltimore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Philly, so we one and the same. And the question I have to ask you guys, I'm trying to be nice about it. So, Mr. World Class, you Baltimore, I'm Philly. So, the guys out there, I mean, you're a sweetheart. Don't get me wrong, you're a sweetheart. But
thank you.
You know they're not all sweethearts out in Baltimore.
That's crazy.
And Philly, now I get cut off. And
the point.
You are you nice, you sentimental. You know how to talk to the list. You are. My point. Okay, my point is.
Go ahead.
I gotta speed it up. Okay, so my thing with marriage, y'all was talking about marriage. My thing with marriage is, do y'all really want it? Do y'all really want it? And if you do, what woman makes you want it? Because I'm an old school fool. I'm a grandma's baby. Like, what is it that makes you not want to get married? Because I want to be married, and I'm 30. I'll be 38 next week. So what makes, like, what help me understand? Because sex, let's be clear, we grown folks. Yeah, I'm speaking to men, but we grown folks. Sex is not everything. We know that. That's redundant.
Bullshit. The devil is alive.
What? Everything, and getting dressed up and all the stuff you do getting to know the person and all that stuff. You know, I'm just asking the men because maybe I need to know this. Well, my dad told me.
Well,
hold on. So world class. Wait, world class.
What is it that y'all not married? Like, help me
on. You're gonna take the mic. My question is, do you think to Trinidad?
I would like to hear from world class because he's
okay.
from Baltimore.
He's about to start talking. I'm asking him a question and leading to him talking. I also
do you think is that podcast? It's podcast on. Oh, podcast. Oh, Chicago. Okay, podcast. Oh, yeah, building.
World class.
I didn't know podcast was in here. Oh.
To Trinidad's point.
Okay.
Hold on,
yeah, I would like to hear.
Oh boy.
This shit remind me of the Million Man March. Listen,
Appreciate
world
that.
class. To Trinidad's point, though, do you think that most men that it's not actually marriage that they want, but it's just exclusivity? Like they want a woman that no other man can touch versus actual marriage?
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I would agree to that. And so there's a lot of things that need to be addressed. So I'm gonna address a lot of what Jay Wahab was saying. Since like I said, I was having a conversation with Rob on Brittany B channel about the same exact conversation, and he was talking about the I guess the forced or standard of having monogamy as a society. Since monogamy has been institutionally forced thing, I think that's what he said. I think that was the reference he said. We've had 3 world wars on the way to having a fourth, or 2 world wars on the way to having a fourth. We deleted well over 66 million children. We got more debt than we've ever had. We have the highest crime rates in history of the planet. Literally every statistic that's horrible is up since the institution of monogamy. Because like I was going to ask John the Baptist when him and Ikeni was
what
talking.
What data are you going off of with that? I'm just asking.
What you mean with data? This world history.
No, I said date. Like what year are you saying that?
So the word monogamy is from the 1610s. It doesn't exist past that. And it just means to marry once in a lifetime. So I know that you guys are you think you're doing monogamy, but you can only be with one person your entire life. None of you qualify if you've ever had more than one person. So you can talk all you want, but none of you are doing it if you have more than one person. It is only marrying once in a lifetime. You cannot marry, and marry means to give offspring. So that's all monogamy is. It's not anything outside of that. Words can't change. You can't have a different birth date 2 years after you were born or 10 years after you were born. That's what the word means. So next to none of you are doing this. So you're not arguing monogamy. You're arguing your own relationship style. And that's the reality of it. Like I said, it isn't in the Bible. God created Adam, and he created him, Lilith, and then Eve. That's not monogamy. Jesus comes from Mary. Joseph had a wife before Mary. That's not monogamy. So it is not backed by anything. It's just an angle that people are taking, and people say it. A lot of chicks say it. I don't. When you're in a monogamous relationship, I don't share. This is a whole nother person that you didn't create, but you're saying you didn't share. So it's just about being selfish, and that's what you guys are doing. That's fine. But at the end of the day, like I was going to respond to John the Baptist, it's like, why not have another wife or another woman or whatever? Because why not? Why would you want your wife to be home by herself? And you see the missing persons for women, the missing person is through the roof. That's been increasing for the last 2 decades. Children and women. These women and these children are by themselves entirely too much. And like across the board, it's just not working. It has not worked, and it will not work. It's an experiment. It just is what it is. And I argue it is the single most evilest thing in our community because it literally makes no sense. But we've been conditioned to think that's what makes sense. Ken and Barbie, that's been put in our face the entire time and has never worked. And like you said earlier, the foundation of marriage has always been polygamy and polygyny. Well, polygyny specifically. That is where it comes from. This is an experiment and it has not worked. And
Mr. Walker, Mr. Walker, hold on. Hold on. We're gonna do a testimonial. Hold on. Mr. World Class, I appreciate your knowledge. And that, however, I'm gonna go back to when I went in child psychology. Okay, let's make it simple and clear. You put a shoebox and you put 2 white mice in the box, right? So you mean to tell me to add another white mice into it when you already have 2 white mice? They're gonna get along. They're gonna fight in the shoebox, right? Because listen, I appreciate your knowledge. I'm not discrediting you, but I'm trying to ask you a question because you are very intellectual. So let's play the game. Let's do it. So let's add the other mice. Let's do 3 white mice into a shoebox, right?
Let's get
So what are you telling me? What would be the result? What would be the result?
He's a goddamn Ravens fan. We're not gonna keep kissing his
It depends on what sex is what. Is it 2 males and 1 female? Is it 1 female and 2 males?
Psychology. We talking about mice. So one, okay, okay. Oh, you got it. A male mice and 2 female mice.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna make multiple babies.
Okay.
He's gonna make multiple. We can keep it simple. We can keep it simple. In 1 year, we can keep it in humans. In 1 year, you can make probably 3 fathers through premature births. I can make a mother or 2 a day.
That's not what I'm seeking. I'm not speaking on offspring. I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking on their behavior.
Yeah.
So if me and you, you want to make it simple. If me and you, we boo loving X, Y, and Z, and who is it? E. Let's put E in the shoebox. Okay. What would E be doing in the shoebox with me? And I'm the only female. We gonna fight? Come on, this is child psychology. We in a shoebox. We gonna fight. What else we gonna do? We gonna, you know what? And we gonna do what? Well, come on, talk. Yeah. Because I know you're intellectual.
Okay. You know what? This conversation is not just going crazy. I think we're being diverted from what we actually discussed. We want to have a good conversation. Not this is child's play, man. Can we talk about something serious?
I'm stressed out.
I cannot.
I'm stressed out too.
I'm stressed out.
I don't know. Life is not a game. One thing that a lot of people don't understand is that polygamy is not a game. Polygamy is not a game. Family is not a game. It's not where you come and do XYZ, trying to play a game. Listen to me, let's play a game. No, this is why the family is fucked up, because most of the women see family as a game. Men see family as seriousness. But the problem is that we're not coming together, because some of us see family as something against her, whereas he sees family against. Excuse me, let me finish, please.
I don't understand. Slow down.
Trinidad, you gotta listen.
Please slow down. You sound like my parents. Can I ask my parents, slow down? I don't understand. I need to understand.
So what I'm saying.
Say it slow. Take your time.
Stop it.
Okay. So what I'm saying is this, right? The problem in life is that men see family as a legacy for their future, and our women today see family as a game. It's not the same. That is why the community is fucked up, because some people see it as a game that I got to play. You see what I'm saying? I got to play this game. I got to play that game. Family is not game. Family is serious. A lot of our women see it as a cartoon, anime. It's not. I got to have your child. I got to raise it myself. You got to give me child support. Let me raise this child. That is not why men are having kids. Men are having kids so that they can have a legacy, so that they can have grandchildren, so that they can have great-grandchildren, so that his last name can continue. if he has a daughter, so that his daughter can continue another man's legacy.
You changed the whole topic.
Yeah, whatever device you're on, it's really, really bad. Or like the Wi-Fi you got.
You gotta let her finish.
Hey, Hank, how much it costs? How much it costs? Hank? How much it costs?
About to do it for free. Look here, Trinidad. I need for you to just stop and listen, ma'am. Okay. All right. Can you do that for me? Now, hopefully this is the last time.
Okay.
Time, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate that. Go ahead, finish, Ekanay.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, please stop. Please stop.
Ekanay, go ahead. It's gonna be the last time. Ekanay, you there? All right.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. It's not a game. It's not a game to be played. It's something to be taken very serious. If a man says he wants children, he wants kids, a woman shouldn't give him one child or two kids and then shame him from having more children. That is the problem that I see today. And I got to tell you guys, this is not just the problem here in the United States. It's worldwide now, especially in our Black community. There are women that I've seen that have gotten married to a man, and they come into the man's family. They know that they cannot produce a child, right? Because they've messed up their womb. But the same women, knowing fully where they've messed up their womb, will shame a man for trying to get married to another woman. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, God said you can only have one wife. You need until death do us part. So you got to take my bullshit and not have a legacy until I die or you die. Forget about it. It's about God. Let me tell you, that is monogamy is the greatest fraud on earth.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
So to go with Ekanay just said.
With that being said, though, hold on, let me do it real fast, y'all. With that being said, man, look, it's gonna be hard to legal legacy if I got multiple kids and I really can't afford. I'm struggling to keep up and pay for these kids. I mean, what type of legacy am I leaving when I'm living in a struggle home? You know, I'm living in a community that I really don't want to be in, but this is what I can afford for me and my family. I need a 4-bedroom house because I got 6 kids, and me and my wife are. That's tough. I could ask a lot.
Hey, Hank, I think that's kind of what I was saying earlier. In the monogamy situation, in a perfect world, only 25% of men should be getting married, and the rest of the men in a monogamy reality, prostitution has to be legal, and the rest of the 75% of men are buying prostitutes. You know, that's really the only way that it can really work, because
you said monogamy or you meant polygamy?
No, in polygamy, yeah, in polygamy. Okay. If prostitution is legal and only 25 to 30% are the men that are actually qualified, great men, and can provide for their families, I'm all for it. That's why world class, like, I agree with you when I'm not against polygamy at all, you know, but I understand why in society it is what it is.
I'll say this, basically,
Trinidad, you got to learn how to. I forgot, it's not my show. I'll be quiet.
Yes, Trinidad.
Nothing. It's not her, it's us. It's all of us.
So basically, Dub Will. I'm sorry, J Hub. I said Dub Will. J Hub. That's on. That's what's going on now. I mean, half of these dudes are not having sex, they say, and these chicks are saying they only want the top 20% anyway.
Okay,
because
I don't.
Hold on. Let me finish this.
Be disrespectful, but y'all still in my talking points, bro. Like, that's crazy. I had to be quiet all while Trinidad was talking. Then now y'all just gonna take both of y'all gonna take everything I was gonna say.
Turn your mic up.
I mean,
turn your mic up, man.
You have Felicia on there, so they just deboed your ass. That's all.
Not Felicia. So you know, those are this is my point, J Hub. We're doing polygamy anyway. We're just lying about it. We are doing it right now. We're just not being honest.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I'm not in denial of what's going on.
And Hank, your financial point, what I'm saying to the financial point is the financial condition that we have today is because of monogamy. When you go and you look at these, like I've worked in finances, I know how these financial institutions look at households. They look at that married homeowner kids, that nuclear family. You bleed money. That is the foundation for 80% of retail is married homeowner and kids. They're selling to you because there's only one person in the house. The baby's got to go where they got to go. The mom is going to be consuming all the money, running credit cards up. The credit card game, personal finance is based off that. It's based off that monogamous setting because that monogamous setting means you got to purchase your identity. You constantly have to bleed money. They don't like single males because they don't spend money.
Right.
They don't. And they don't like cultures that have polygamy because they always hold on 1 second. They don't like cultures that push polygamy because they don't spend money. They will flip their money constantly within the same household. So they always push 3 things that bleed money: the nuclear family.
No, you can't.
The nuclear family household, single mothers, and homosexuals. They are frivolous with money.
Chill, man.
So World Class and J-Hub, I just want to say, I hope all the bad things in life happen to both of y'all.
That's crazy.
And both of y'all alone for stealing my talking points. But that was exactly what those were the exact sentiments that I was going to utter, because I think J-Hub had mentioned it earlier about what would need to take place. And when he said that, I was thinking like, shit, that's already taking place. It's already happening that way, right? Most guys in the hood is not waiting around for one woman, one virgin, you know what I'm saying, to only have her and her alone for the rest of life. Like, they not doing that. When you young and you trying to get laid, you're trying to screw the good looking girl, but we also target the ones who the word around the campfire is they going, right?
Exactly.
The ones who we feel like may be easier to get to, right? And that's what I'm saying. So World Class is my witness to this. I'm pro whores. I always talk about how I respect and have a lot of love and admiration for whores because I think that they fulfill a need in society. Well, we want to sit around and judge them, but at the same time, we was all trying to screw them. It's like the only thing that I try to get them to do is they have to differentiate from being a whore and a wife. You can't be both, right? Technically, you are a whore as a wife because you're just a wife for sale, but it's still a difference. As a wife, you're a exclusive whore, right? When you're a whore, you're a whore for the community. So that's what I'm saying. That's already happening. You see what I'm saying? Here's the thing I think, World Class, correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like the polygamy part is reversed. Right, so like instead of the guys with the bag and the provision, the ability to provide, instead of them having multiple wives because that's against the law or whatever, it's the niggas who can't provide.
Yeah,
right?
That's the problem. That's the problem, being. But that is what monogamy produces, right? That's precisely what it produces. It produces this freaking weirdism. I've been having this conversation for 10 straight years. And I usually say, when I'm talking about these chicks, their identity, their self-worth, and their value system is limited, bonded, and restricted to monogamy. Monogamy is, I want to be the only one. It's this amazing law called the law of habit. It says how you do anything is how you do everything. Also, these things called mirror neurons. They do that everywhere in life. I want to be the only mother. I want to be the only loud person in an argument. I want to be the only person that hits you. I want to be the only person that has the baby. I want to be the only one goes everywhere. And they'll say yes to any. I don't know how many chicks I'd ask. Which one of the guys? I don't know how many chicks I asked them how many, like, what do you want in a guy? And they all say this first. I want a guy that's gonna put me first. Who'll be with me and only me. You didn't pick out the quality of the nigga. You ain't pick out if he's a dad. You didn't pick out if he's caring. They want that end all be all. That's their identity. They will pick what they
what
like.
You said is attention. They like attention, and that's dangerous because anybody can give you attention. Like what you just said.
That's what they get.
Yeah, and a bad guy can give you attention. That's why, I mean,
the podcast. That's the podcast. That's the podcast point. The nigga that got all he got is attention in his bank account.
That's why the dude selling
hold on, Jay.
fives is so appealing.
Jay, hold on for a second. I want to welcome.
If you, I guarantee you, that is false. Not every woman.
It's only white friend.
Appreciate that.
To the show.
Yo, hey, how are you?
What's going on?
Well, before I allow you to get yours off, because it sound like you seem like you're ready to get it off. I mean, you went from calling yourself Barnabas to Hink's only white friend. What is your guilty pleasure song, my guy? What is that favorite song you like to listen to? But you would be embarrassed if your friends and your family members knew you would listen to these songs. What is that for you, my brother?
Oh, my guilty pleasure song?
Songs. It could be more than one. You don't have to just be one.
Reasons, Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I don't really have shame in it. I don't know. That's a good one.
Oh,
you want me to sing it?
No, don't do that.
That's gotta stop. We're not doing that.
And you will be Hink's ex only white friend.
Oh, okay. We don't want that.
I know that's right. So let me ask you this: what do you think about this topic of having your wife move in with you and your ex-wife all under one roof?
That's the topic? That sounds horrible.
No, that's not the topic, but that's what we're talking about right now. It was a video we just watched.
Hater.
So could you handle something like in a scenario like that? You have a ex-wife and you have a wife in you, and y'all move the ex-wife in, and y'all become one big happy family.
I mean, do I have sexual access to both? Are they both cool?
No.
So like threesomes every night? I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, that's crazy.
If you can convince her to do it, that's on you.
I mean, preferably, yeah, they could be girlfriends, and I could get them both. We have one bed.
What if they're not?
Nope.
And it sounds like hell. How would that even work? I guess if I had a baby mama and she was in dire straits, I would have to feel obligated to help, obviously, to some extent there. Probably end up getting divorced from the current one, though, because I'm not letting her ex-husband move in. That's for damn sure. Why don't you ask that question? He's going to have to be homeless. I'll be like, homeless shelters that way, homie.
What if the one man want her new man to move in?
No, like her ex. Imagine if your wife's ex was homeless. Would you let her move in? I ask you that.
What if your exes they're not even married, but just a man coming over and visit every once in a while, and maybe he won't spend a night. Would you be okay with that?
What man? Her ex?
No, her new guy. Your ex-wife's new guy. He just won't come over and stay the night every once in a while. He's in town for a week. He wants to come stay for 2 weeks instead of getting a hotel. Would you be okay with that?
No,
would you even be okay with her even having another relationship?
Let me just say this. If I have a person that was special in my life once, and they're borderline homeless, I'd like to think that I'd help them out temporarily. But hell no, they're not bringing some other man over. They might have sex with her in my house. No way. That's crazy.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, man, where I'm at right now. And I think this kind of leans towards my addiction status. I've even started thinking like, bro, like I ain't gonna say I started thinking about it because I used to party women a lot when I was younger. Me and the homies, man, we used to run trains on chicks and run through chicks, man.
Who's talking? Cam up. I want to see your face when you say this. Come on.
Nah, I'm cool. I don't swing that way. But
no, I want to see. I want to see who I'm dealing with here. If you're gonna say this kind of
stuff. God says what podcast right there. That's who's saying.
World class.
No, but I like. I remember not too long ago. So we was on somebody's show. I can't remember. It might have been my show. I can't even remember. But the conversation came up about, would you consider swinging? And I was like, yeah. I mean, bro, I'm a black man from Chicago. Life expectancy is 67 years. You know what I mean? Like, what else are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
So sweet. What?
I'm just saying, like, bro, look, I'm saying, what else are you doing though? Like, it's like so many people, we make it seem like everything is about possession and possessive. And not, believe me, I'm one of those guys. So if it sounds like I'm anti-possessive, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that if I had to, not even had to, if it was like, yo, I could be with this woman and that woman and this woman and that woman in the confines of my relationship, but I had to be okay with my woman being with other niggas, I just think I could at this point. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because you already have.
I think I could. Yeah, because I already have to a certain degree. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The only difference was they wasn't my woman. Right? But it's like at this point now, it's like, what? Because people keep saying, yo, it ain't all about the sex. Well, then if it ain't all about the sex, why do you care so much? Why is that the thing that you don't want the man you with or the woman you with to do with anybody else? They can do everything with everybody, with anybody else, and you'll be okay with it. But if they had sex with them, you ready to kill them. Yet it ain't all about the sex. So it's like, I'm just saying, I think more than marriage, what most men really want is a woman that no other dude is touching. More so than just about marriage, right? We want a woman that we could go in raw and don't have to worry about if she get pregnant, is it somebody else's? Is a disease gonna come behind this? Right? We want our own thing, like we want our own car, like we want our own, place of residence, and our own clothes and everything else. But I'm just at this point now, man. I'm like, look, I'm ready to go to the AVN. Hold on, I'm almost done. I'm ready to go to the AVN Awards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to start kicking it, bro. Like, I don't know how much time I got left. I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah, but to respond to what Biz just said, and also to respond to what what's his name? That's the other guy. That's Hink's only white friend just said. The problem is, in America, people are fucked up. Yeah. So when you talk about polygamy, the first thing that comes into most people's mind is, am I having sex with the two women? Because most people don't even know the meaning of family structure. You see what I'm saying? And and then my understanding is that most people are not most, but some people are raised in fucked up households. So whenever you talk about things like this, the first thing that go into certain of minds is sex, swinging, sex, swinging. Because a lot of people are fucked up in this country. I'm sorry. Well, so the basicness.
If I come and I roll up with two wives, you don't think, man, I know he's having sex with both of them.
Because guess what? My grandfather had 3 wives, and I never thought about that. Because that's how
y'all crazy as hell. If you
I'm telling because
I'm thinking to myself, ain't knocking all 3 of them efforts down.
Guess what, Hinks? Your ancestors, right? Before they came here, they had 3, 4 wives. You see what I'm saying? Before they came to America.
And I'm sure my ancestors was knocking all 3 of them heifers down.
Okay, but wait,
guess what? I'm coming, Beast. I'm coming, Beast. Let me respond to Hink. Let me respond to Hink. I don't miss this conversation.
I'm not taking the mic. I'm asking you a question, Ekene. I'm not taking the mic.
No,
let them land an international flight.
Go ahead, Ekene.
So, Hinks, because the reason why is that your ancestors didn't think that they were busting those women. They saw it as they were raising kids that would take up their last time, kids that would help in the family, kids that would continue their legacy. They didn't see having sex with 2 women as busting pussies. No, they saw it as building family, building legacy, continuing something that is greater than them. They saw it as honor.
Okay, Ekene. And that's my thing, bro. Like, I'm glad you said that because that's in line with what I wanted to ask you. First of all, the statement before the question is, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't understand this idea. This is, to me, this is some power hungry controlling shit, bro. Why do I give a fuck that much about what's gonna be going on after I'm gone? Why do I care?
Okay, I'll tell you why you care. Because guess what? You have a first wife, right? She has 1 or 2 kids for your 3 kids. And probably has 1 or 2 girls and a boy, right? Or maybe 1 girl, 2 boys, right? Or in some cases 3 girls, right? And the thing is this, those girls will never continue your legacy. They will continue another man's legacy. If you want them to follow the natural course of life, they have to continue another man's legacy, right? For those 2 boys, you don't know what they're going to turn out to be. They might be the biggest bullshit on earth.
He's producing dick suckers?
No, Hinks. In society, remember society influenced kids, influenced teenagers, right? So the reason why our ancestors will have many kids is this. Because if you have 5 or more boys or 3 or more boys, the chances of 2 or 3 getting better are huge. But when you have a 1 or 2 sons, right, you might end up having a spoiled brat or 2 spoiled brats, right?
Well, that's your
Which
fault.
we all see. It's not your fault because sometimes you can only do it.
If your kids are spoiled, how did they get spoiled? You had to spoil them.
Okay, guess what, Hinks? Hinks, look at this, right? You know what parents are fighting in the US today?
There's only
fucked
one
up schools.
There's only one.
Hink. Check this out, right? What are we fighting in the school system today? Because the school system is destroying our kids, right? What are we fighting Disney for? Because Disney is destroying our kids. What are we fighting Cartoon Network? In fact, check this out.
Yes, but Akane, I want you to watch this. Listen to this really quickly. World Class, you still there?
Yes.
Did he answer my question?
I was answering your question. Then Hink asked me a question. Then it took me off, of course.
So here's the direct question again. Why do I care what's happening after I'm gone? Why?
Because why you care about what happening after you're gone is because you're going to leave a legacy behind. Except if you don't give a damn about your legacy after you're gone. Then guess what? Do whatever you want to do. But if you and guess what? Not every man is supposed to reproduce. It is true today that a lot of men are reproducing, but more than half of those men are not supposed to reproduce. Because it's usually anywhere between 25 and 45% of men have reproduced throughout history. That's why you have about 90% of women, 95% of women reproducing. Because 25 to 45% of these men marry most of these women. Almost 65% of men are not supposed to reproduce. Because guess what? 65% of most men that are born on this earth end up being drunks, wayward, poor, and destitute. Right?
You know what? You know what's so amazing to me, man? I'm the broke guy, the GED guy. These why questions, y'all be struggling with these why questions so bad. I used to get mad. Now I just realized that it just further proves my point that people just be standing on talking points and stuff that they was programmed to believe because they can't tell you why about anything. Why? You're not telling me why. You're telling me
why should you care about a legacy? That's the question he wants you to answer.
Why should you care about a legacy? At all about what's gonna happen when I'm not here? I've buried a lot of I've buried a lot of people. A lot of people.
That's your question though. Why
they ain't never came back.
So that's your question though, right? Why should you care about what happens after you're dead and gone, right?
Yes. Why? Why should I care at all? Why? Why should it matter to me?
Can I answer that question? Can I ask?
Please.
Okay. Go ahead. Who on?
I think
No, I thought
Hank,
you could answer, but I guess not.
No. You asked? Okay, I answered this question, but the thing is that he wanted a different.
Give us the short version of the answer.
The short version is this, right? Let me give you the short version. Let me cut it half than what I said. I said that if you care about your legacy, if you want to continue your legacy, yes, you should care about what you leave behind. Case in point, Rockefeller cared about his legacy, right? He left a lot behind. That's why.
But what if you don't? But what about the guy that doesn't care though? What about the guy that doesn't care?
Oh, forget about that. Forget about that guy. Forget about that guy, because we just gonna go down. No. Let's deal with that. You said Rockefeller. How does it benefit him that he left a lot behind?
How did it benefit him?
Yeah, how does it benefit him?
It benefited him a lot because there's testimonies on the ExxonMobil today. The ExxonMobil today is Rockefeller, right? It benefits him. His name lives on.
Yeah.
His place. His name lives on. That's how it benefits him.
His name lives on. Go ahead, World Class.
It's the same thing. The benefit, the reason you should care is because you started responsibilities before you left this earth. And just like if somebody fucked with you and did something to you and they was responsible, you would want them to remedy that. And like he just said, the point of caring about what happens when you after you're gone is that when you live a life worth remembering, you don't die twice.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with this dude?
So that is in response to the actual question, World Class. But still in all, I don't think I owe the people that, because you're talking about children. I'm gonna assume you don't mean the wives.
All of them. I mean, like I said,
you do mean the wives.
I mean responsibilities.
Oh man,
like you started. Oh my God, fuck me. You started something. You started something like right now. You're good. If you don't die, you're gonna be doing shit. You're gonna be starting accounts. You're gonna be starting stuff. You started stuff, and if you died before you finish those things, those things affect your name. In the same instance, if somebody started something with you and they owed you some money or they owed you something, you would want them to remedy that. Just basic common courtesy, basic empathy, basic simple reasons. That's why you should care about what happens after you die, because you are a beneficiary of other people doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I mean, that's it would be.
You wasn't mean what? You haven't benefited from people and making sure that they put something in place for people after they die. You don't think you will benefit?
Well, you mean in general? I thought you meant from my own family. But
yeah. Oh, in general, yes.
Yeah, you meant in general. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm
saying.
Well,
no, I could even argue your family because you exist. What do you think you are?
Okay, that's a theological answer.
Okay,
I'm not mad at it, but in real time, no. My thing is this: yes, if I had the bag, would I leave it to my son? Absolutely, at least 90% of it, right? If I had 100 million, I'm gonna leave him 90 million without question. But what I'm saying is, to me, the reasons, right? The reasons for me to have all of these women, the reason for me to be screwing all of these women, I'm not doing it because I'm worrying about what's gonna happen after I'm gone. I'm not gonna be here to see it, to enjoy it, to touch it, smell it, taste it, nothing. I'm not gonna be here for that. So, that's why the idea to me, as it pertains to that, I think it's a little bit far-fetched. You're gonna have guys saying that same thing that are leaving what? A will, 20K, a life insurance policy with 20K. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that same thing. That sounds like something for somebody that has achieved a level of financial security. We're talking, the Hoves of the world. You know what I'm saying? These people who got to 5 million or more, because I remember a few years ago they were saying 5 million was the beginning of generational wealth, right? So if you the guy I just read about, Derek Hayes, the owner of Big Dave's Cheesesteaks, a black guy, right? Net worth is about 7 million, right? So he's at that generational wealth status. So yeah, him he's probably worrying about, okay, his assets after he goes, right? Not so much as I need to do it though. You see what I'm saying, world class? Not like I need to have all these kids. I need to go generate this bag to leave it to somebody. No, I don't have like some desperation or imperative, innate imperative inside of me to make sure I go get 40 million to leave it to a bunch of chicks and some kids. Like, not at all.
So I think what's changed from then to now is there was a time where it was men looked upon as duty and honor, and your reputation, your legacy was like how people looked at you, how they remembered you. And so I think we kind of transferred from a time to where, I think you probably know better than I do. We transferred to a time now where we don't really honor things that we did centuries ago, or maybe I want to say even longer than centuries ago, millennials ago. So I think because the times have changed, we no longer honor the legacies like we did it once upon a time.
Yeah, so this is why I always you'll get over beings. This is why I always bring up etymology, parts, and syntax. Because that reconnects us back to history, and that makes it matter to us. It makes it make a difference. And then we'll actually give a fuck about what happens when you stop thinking you came here on some fucking boat and a bunch of 5'6" European pale males beat up these 9 foot, 8 foot niggas. That never happened. And you can understand that the land that you on, every breath you take, and you've been home the entire time. Then you can understand that all of this shit is yours and they have no place to go. And the shit will make a difference. And you look in history, you'll see your shit, and you'll be able to understand that I'm part of a bigger person than just myself. And it just makes it easier to understand that it's important for me to leave something. And the number one asset podcast is not just how much you accomplished. The number one asset, I don't know if you was listening to Cheeky Live last week, I think Friday. Everybody kept saying what was more important, money or time. Everybody kept saying time. I mean, you leave something here that has the most time, and that's children. That's the number one asset. Because do anything without a second or a moment left, you're out of here. That's the number one asset. Gold, you could pass gold, but gold can't learn how to trade or cut grass or build a building. The number one asset we have is time, and that's giving it to children and producing competent human beings. So that's why I said you are the exact thing your family left. All of us are. You know what I'm saying?
If you go back,
then that makes it enough. That's my point. That makes me bringing my kids into the world enough of a legacy.
I never disagree with that.
Yeah, I know. If you go back, but other people will though, right? So that wasn't necessarily towards you, but yeah, other people will.
Yeah.
And another thing that go back what World Class said about time too is like, okay, so if you go back, I know most people don't even talk about the Bible. Just give me a second though. You talk about like how they talk about the life of Noah. And they talk about Noah lived 930 years. It wasn't actually that Noah lived 930 years. It was his sons, his grandsons, his great grandsons. All of him lasted 930 years. So that's what people actually recorded generations of families. That's why that stuff was important because it has biblical context for some people.
Especially if you're representing if your bloodline is representing the principle, something that means something.
Correct.
That's the point. You know what I'm saying? If y'all representing something that needs to be here that this society is based off of, that's why I tell my son integrity, honesty, and discipline. That's our decree. That's what we operate off of, and that's what we represent. So, again, back to the point, monogamy gives you the weakest chance to do that. I mean, you really reduce your ability to reproduce yourself down to what a woman can, which is max 3 times a year. Versus every man here, even a homosexual male with AIDS can produce a mother a day. 365 mothers, if not 700 something mothers. Each male is a nation. He lived for 10 years, that's 7,000 people he can produce. Live from 20, that's 14,000 people that a homosexual male with AIDS can produce. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So if you run the numbers, and if the guys that are not playing by the games that you playing by, if they reproduce, and then this is what's happening, the sorry motherfuckers is out producing us. They making more and more sorry motherfuckers. than the people that are actually busy doing shit, and that's a problem. So we can keep saying monogamy is gonna get it done, but it's not, because if you're like you older now, you got your boy, your children are big, right? If a young man is doing what you're doing, I'm sorry, motherfuckers gonna outproduce your son. And then my thing with people are, who the fuck is our babies gonna marry? These sorry ass, fucked up ass, child abused, child neglected motherfuckers is just making a baby because this nigga lied to her and told her, yeah, you the only one I'm dealing with. And she cool because then she got what she need to hear. And they're fucking in there making a baby the first 3 or 4 days they see each other. Here comes another fucktard.
Well, guys, we're gonna wrap this thing up. But before I go, I'm gonna have my man Hink's only white friend. I'm gonna have to talk to you, man. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk on the back end.
On the back
end. World class.
Let's talk
world class. Hold on, before you go, John. I'm gonna let y'all go and get your last word. And so we're gonna start. Go ahead, John. I'm gonna let you start the party off right.
Oh no, I was just gonna say where I want world class to hang on. I want to ask him a couple questions after later on, but yeah, okay. I'm good.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Beans.
I just want to say that Puerto Rican women are amazing.
Damn.
Sure.
Okay.
Black women too, though, but Puerto Rican women are amazing.
Okay.
I want to say, hold white men accountable, hold black women accountable. Free all the drug dealers.
Okay. Damn.
And whatever you do, do not study
etymology process. Yo, I seen a couple of them.
Do not study that. It's only going to confuse you and make you hate the world. Shout out to my man Hank for a super dope show with some super dope different topics. You know what I'm saying? Different topics, different videos. Shout out to everybody who hit the panel. I gotta go and get drunk before my lady get here.
Damn.
Amen.
Salute, man. Appreciate you, Hank.
All right. Hey, don't get too drunk now. God damn.
Oh, wait, one more thing. I got a question I'm asking everybody. So I've been thinking lately, like I really want to just like, pardon me for saying it this way, I really want to just like bang my lady out for like 3 hours straight, right?
Okay, so it's time. Let's just drop
Wait. I'm serious. I'm serious. Wait. I bought a rhino pill from the gas station.
Okay. Okay.
You have a good night, brother. You be good.
Thank you, B. Thank you, B. You good.
I just want y'all opinion on whether or not I should take it.
We have kids watching.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that, but you be safe and don't leave that pill alone, man.
Don't die like Kevin Samuels, bro.
Shit.
Make sure you take your blood pressure. Make sure you take your blood pressure medicine. I don't want you to have no heart attack.
All right, Beans. I'll see you later, brother. God damn.
Drink your plenty of water. Like the old lady was saying.
He said the rhino pill from the gas station.
That don't even sound
Go
good.
ahead, world class, man. Goddamn, Beans.
Wow.
Awesome show. You've been on fire this week. Pink is the first person I've seen get banned 3 times on 2 channels. So you've been on fire this week. We've been doing great. The great show that you had yesterday. That shit was dope. I was just watching and listening. That's organic, true content creator stuff. I'm very proud of you, and that shit was dope, man. That's what we need, especially with the fathers that's in this space, man. We need. I'm thinking about my son has his own channel, so I'm gonna put stuff on his channel. So it definitely inspired me to do some work with him this weekend. Appreciate to everybody came up. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
More than welcome to put it in chat if you want to, if you feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, we doing some rebuilding. We're doing that. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please leave a comment in the comment section to help the algorithm realize that we got some dope stuff going on. Candy, I don't know if you're falling down the steps. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Yeah, you know what I say, man. There ain't but 2 classes on this planet, never been 3. You have a world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class you want to live in. The question is which class are the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in. On your feet, on your knees, respect the craft. Noble.
Right on, my brother. Right on. Ikane. Come off me and say something, man. I'm gonna drop you.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me, man. It's a pleasure, man. The thing about it is that I enjoy talking with you guys. Like I've always said, relationship is about what the man wants. The man is the prize. He's the one that decides what he wants. It's his legacy at the end of the day. That's all I got to say. Thank you, guys.
All right, my guy. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you. John the Baptist, what you got for us?
Let's go Bears.
All right. I know nothing else need to be said. Nothing else need to be said.
Great show, Hank. Great show.
Thank you, John the Baptist. I appreciate it. And again, once again, I thank you for the super chat, and I thank you for all your contribution you've done for us. World class, Beans, Ikane. Hey, man, shout out to you, brothers, man. I greatly appreciate that, guys. Thanks for coming up, and I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I'm interested to see what this guy got to say, though. My only white friend. What's up, buddy?
I got a lot to say. First to Ikane. If I'm going to have three wives, three wives.
Look her, man. Hold on. Why are you going to wait till he's gone and then say the shit?
I didn't even know you were going to let me talk. I thought you're trying to like stifle speech, treat me like a redheaded stepchild, white redheaded stepchild you got to take care of. Give me the small piece of chicken.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to shine a moment. This is affirmative action in full effect right now. Go ahead.
I'm the diversity hire. Your show was lacking diversity, equity, and inclusion. And now I'm included.
Right on to the token
and if you want to get me off, y'all have to pay Hank. So here's what's up. Inkane, this one goes out to you. If I'm going to put up with three women in the same house, three wives, you best believe that I'm going to go to Pound Town. Okay. That's the best part about it. I couldn't imagine having three wives under one roof. I got to give it to you, Muslims or Africans or whoever's out, or the Mormons, whoever's out here handling three wives under one roof. I couldn't even handle one wife. I'm divorced. So any man that can handle three, I mean, that's something to learn. That's impressive. To Mr. Rhino Pill, you're right, man. You only live once. You want to start a porno site? Go for it, man. Go out there, get them Rhino pills. You said you like whores. Go for it, man. I don't know if your girlfriend is amenable to this type of situation, but if she is, she sounds like a winner to me. So go for it. Let me know. Let me know how the swinging's gone. Let me know if the Rhino works. Never tried that kind of stuff. I'm still working. 3 hours. I can pull a 3-hour session on a new chick, but after a couple, if you live with her, nah, man, I'm not pulling the 3 hours on some living situation. That's for sure. But a new chick, 3 hours is doable. And let me know how that Rhino goes. What else? J-Hub. J-Hub's got a great voice. That's what I noticed. And he says something interesting about if all the rich dudes are stealing all the wives, that's bad for society. So monogamy is good for society in the fact that you don't want a bunch of single horny dudes out there, and prostitution's illegal. They're all going to probably turn gay. Who knows, man? I don't know. Or start a revolution. Either way, we don't want that. Who else am I missing? To the Trinidadian Queen. I think she's trying to get married or something. That's what I said. She said, what do men want, or why do they not want to get married? First off, they don't want to marry drunk women that call in the podcast. And second of all, if you're like in your late 30s, most of the dudes you're eligible for are already been married and divorced. They've been put through the ringer. You missed your chance. So only thing left is the scraps, right? Only thing left is the scraps. You got men like Hank. Come on, man. He's the second time around. The second time around. You got losers like Hank's only white friend. You're just scraping the bottom of the barrel, girl. I mean, this Kevin Samuels 101. You missed your chance. Just be happy with whatever you can get. Get that Trinidadian rum. Take them to Carnival. Show some of that moves. I've seen the videos. I've never been to one of them carnivals, but maybe I should go.
I mean, this is. I need to play that Nas Ether in the background because you just running through them, ain't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And now, Hank. What's up, let me go in on you. Actually, no, I'm not going to go in on you. Hank, you had a great show. Thanks for allowing me on. I hope I contributed. I hope I didn't troll too hard. If I did, I'll have to tone it down. I feel like a little bit of trolling is okay, but who knows? Sometimes I go too far. Either way, thank you so much, Hank. Great time. I look forward to coming on again if you allow me.
Hank's only white friend is always welcome.
Thank you.
Just like everybody else. man or woman, doesn't matter. Hopefully you're sober, but I put out the white flags for the drunks too. Hey man, I appreciate you coming, buddy. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Did you watch the show yesterday?
I was trying to watch, but I realized it wasn't really like your show. It was like a simulcast, or what do you call that?
No, what I did Tuesday wasn't a simulcast. It was just me and my son.
Oh, that I missed it. I saw the one where the woman was in charge. It looked like it was.
Oh, that's that was a different show. That was a Real Pressure show. We were simulcast, but
that was
on
good.
Monday.
That was good too. My only complaint was you weren't talking enough. You know, I was looking forward to your tutelage and advice, and you controlling it more. And no offense to that woman, it was a lovely show. I just think it would be better if you were in charge personally. But don't tell her I said that.
Okay, I won't.
Okay, thank you.
I won't say a peep, buddy.
All right.
But glad you came up, buddy. Look like my guys are still in the background.
Well, I have a complaint. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't tell who's talking half the time. Like, what this guy, world class. I feel like I'm going to have a seizure. Like, what is going on with this? I can't tell when it's talking. Like John the Baptist is on point when it talks. It like does that woo woo woo. But like everyone else, like what's going on here? This is seizure inducing.
It's called greatness. It's called greatness. You'll get used to it.
Trying to catch your attention. It's a tension grabber.
It's seizure inducing. But anyways, okay. Oh, did you
That's
come back?
You need to take your medicine, man. That's all it is. You need to take your medicine.
Okay, I'll take my medicine. Thank you. I forgot.
Right. Hey, man, look here, guys. But on real tip, I appreciate you guys coming tonight. I thank you for rocking with me. Hink's only white man. Look, I'm not gonna keep calling you that goddamn Barnabas.
What's up?
Watch the replay of my show yesterday if you missed it. Make sure you hit the like button. All right.
Your Monday, Wednesday. Did you have a bonus show?
What's today, buddy?
Today's Wednesday.
Hey, there you are. You heard, right?
But you had a Tuesday show?
Yeah, I had a special show for me and my son. He couldn't do it today.
Special show. Okay.
Yeah, he couldn't do it today because he's got a game tomorrow. So I don't want to mess up his prep for the game tomorrow. So that's why I did it today.
Right on. I'll check it out. Thank you, Hank.
So definitely check. I got some money because I know you need all the man help you need because I hear you talk sometime, brother. You need some help. And for the person you asked me who did I flew down here, she's in the chat. You remember you asked about my woman, right? The one that
I don't want to
that I drug across the threshold and get her, right? Ain't that what you asked me?
Whatever I said, you took it the wrong way. I don't really want to cross any lines. I respect your woman or whatever. I don't want to, I have lots of smoke for you. Typically on other shows, maybe not this one yet. I mean, if there was a weakness, I would exploit it easily when it comes to you, Hank. But I didn't see any weakness today. I didn't see any chinks in your armor, so you're doing good. And as far as the ladies concerned, I don't want to.
I guess it's always good to get a white man's approval, ain't it? World class.
You laugh like a villain. I'm out. Peace.
All right, man. Be safe, buddy. And for everybody else, hey, thanks for showing up, man, hanging out, man. I appreciate that.
What'd you say? What happened?
You said what? What'd you say, brother?
What you say? What you say?
I said I guess it's always good. You gotta get the white man's approval.
Ain't that something?
No, but it's all good. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, man. Like I said, world class, you brother. I appreciate you coming through. Always with the support, John the Baptist. Thanks for Beans start to come over here now. I mean, man, I must be blessed Beans over here now. I don't know what to say. And for J Hub coming through, Trinidad with your outbursts, you're greatly appreciated too, sis. I mean, I ain't gonna hold that against you. Ikane, with your different perspective, you're greatly appreciated. And everybody else who joined in, either via chat and super chat, thanks for coming through. I appreciate that. And look forward to seeing y'all beautiful people next week on Sports on Monday. And then on the following Wednesday, we're gonna rock out again. Hopefully I'll find some good content and a good subject to talk about because there's plenty of things out in this world to talk about. Let's just have the conversation though. Until then, y'all be easy.
Peace.